I'm gonna start recording. Okay. Alan Wake's American Nightmare is a video game. So if you have been wondering what Alan Wake is up to, I love Zilk with his little just like hat and shit. Anyway, if you've been wondering what Alan Wake has, I'm gonna make myself tinier. I feel like I'm a little big. Okay. If you've been wondering what Alan Wake has been up to since the ending of the game, since the ending of the DLC. I know what her room looked like until I moved in with her head partial photos. I'm sorry. Alan Wake's American Nightmare is weird. So this was a game. Let me. Hi, Iris. I love you. Hi, Iris.
Iris just resubscribed for
2 whole years.
months.
Well, 2 whole years in a month.
Stinkums.
Iris, do you like Yipria?
Don't let them down. Talk screaming to find your way through the house is a normal way to traverse.
Yeah, true. Hold on, I'm launching Alan Wake's American Nightmare. Maybe. Maybe. I did launch it. Oh, it's running install script? Okay, whatever. Anyway, so Alan Wake's American Nightmare is weird, and I need to talk about its development. So basically, Microsoft asked, I think they acquired Remedy at some point or something like that. Anyway, Microsoft asked Remedy to make an Xbox Live Arcade game. They asked a bunch of people to do it when they first like showed off the like a revamped Xbox Live Arcade with that like refresh of the Xbox 360 UI that they did. They asked Remedy and a bunch of other people to make professional little like 3-hour Xbox Live Arcade style games, right? And so that's what this is. So technically this is, so they intentionally did not remaster this. What's worth noting is they intentionally did not remaster this on purpose. They said that with the remaster, they included all the relevant information. So technically this is kind of non-canon, but it was always kind of non-canon. It was always kind of non-canon. What it does is more so just expand upon like the world, and in particular, it explains pretty clearly what's going on with fucking Christ, Homestuck moment. It explains pretty clearly what's going on with Mr. Scratch, the guy who's like Alan Wake, like Alan Wake's like doppelganger. It's him. It's very much about him. So I'm really excited to play it. I really think it's a very good game. It's a lot more focused on combat, so it's really fun. It's very arcadey, you know, as one would imply. But it also like it does still, while it may not entirely be like canon, I would still say it shines a lot of information on like the character of Mr. Scratch, which is important because the Alan Wake 1 and its DLCs really don't. If you want to know anything about him going into the next game, you kind of have to play this. So I personally think even if it's not canon, they still should have remastered it. I'm gonna maybe a little bit bigger. I don't know. Whatever. Maybe I'm fine where I was. I can't tell. This model's like so weirdly big. It's hard to tell whether or not what size I should be. But anyway, I personally, excuse me. I personally really think they should have remastered it. I think it's a huge missed opportunity that they didn't. But yeah, anyway, let's do it. Story mode, start new story, normal. Hi, I'm Yipria. Do we see Kibby yet? I will show you after this cutscene, I forgot. Hi, it's Barry, look! He's the manager for the Old Gods of Asgard, guys. Remember the Old Gods of Asgard? He's their manager now. It's Night Springs!
Night Springs.
Written by Alan Wake.
The man before you is a champion of light. He is part of a conflict between darkness and light that is both ancient and eternal. He is chasing a dangerous quarry, the Herald of Darkness. His evil doppelganger, known only as Mr. Scratch.
It made him real. He's always had a face model.
I'll catch you eventually.
Maybe. But what are you gonna do then? By then, I'll have had my hands on everything you love.
Yeah, so this expounds a lot on Mr. Scratch. Mr. Scratch apparently, I think he's in Alan Wake 2 from stuff I'm seeing, but don't tell me. Do not tell me. But if he is in Alan Wake 2, then that's why I think they should have remastered this, because like you legitimately won't know much about him if you just played Control and Alan Wake Remastered and then go to Alan Wake 2. Like, you're gonna be missing things.
Darkness that surrounds the shores of our reality. He has come to fight a decisive battle in Night Springs.
So, do you guys remember how Barry talked about how when Barry was with us, he was like, "Oh shit, it's Night Springs. I wonder if it's that episode you wrote." Remember that? I don't know if this is supposed to be the episode that Alan wrote, but this entire game is an episode of Night Springs, which is really cool. I really like that. I really like that the episode or the game is an episode of Night Springs, but starring Alan. But of course, it's taking place in the dark world, like the dark place. So it's like not literally an episode of Night Springs. It's like Alan's like, you know, memory of an episode of Night Springs, or what one could possibly be. Anyway, hi Cauldron Lake Lodge. I know, right? Can I not change it in here either? Can I not change the side that he's on? I can't. What if I hit, maybe there's a button to swap it? I'll probably just swap fucking back. Toggle camera side. Hold on. Does this one hold the camera side? We'll see. It might. But yeah, this is only about 3 hours long. Won't take super long, then we'll get into Alan Wake 2. Oh yeah, shit. Let me change the stream category. American Nightmare. Okay. Grab the gun. He did lose his infinite jackets. The cover for this is really funny. The thing where he's like standing there with the nail gun or whatever on the front cover, like on the main menu and stuff, because it's trying to paint Alan as like a badass, and like, I'm sorry, Alan Wake is not a badass. He's a really cool character. He is not a badass. You can't like put him in like a Doom Guy-esque pose and be like, look at this badass.
It's gonna be like that again, huh?
Alan Wake is not a badass. Gibby? Oh yeah. Let me do that. Here you go, you fucking heathens and hooligans. You little creatures of the night. They're going for an Ash Williams type thing? They are. Here you go. Here's this fucking kibby. Look at him, he's judging you. He's judging you. He knows what you've done. He knows what you did last summer. Look at him hiding in the blinds. There you go. There's Kibby. Okay, hold on. I'm actually gonna turn on my controller. Give me a second. This feels weird without a controller now. Which I hate because it's a third-person shooter and I don't want to play a third-person shooter without a controller, but... Or with a controller, but... I just got so used to it over the last 2 days with Alan Wake specific controls that I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do.
Writer. He still practices that art, forging weapons of war out of ideas. But the violent currents that brought him here have scattered the pages, he has written.
That's an oil mining thing? I'm not actually totally sure. I do like that even though he doesn't wear his tweed jacket anymore, he is still wearing 2 layers of clothing.
His predicament begins there.
But also, like, I like that this, like, flannel jacket he's wearing still has the, like, physics of his tweed jacket. Alan Wake has to have cool, like, Alan Wake is legitimately cool jacket theory in action.
Space itself has been pierced, and from dark depths runs a steady flow of monsters. The man recognizes the hand of his evil double in this. He knows he must put an end to this madness.
Oh, okay. I like how immediately they're like, yeah, don't fight this. Just run.
Stay here now. It's a little sad how many problems you can solve with buckshot.
Fuck off, Alan. It's a little sad how many problems you can solve with a buckshot. You're not cool. You're not Ash Williams. Shut up. I love you. You are my Blorbo, but you're not Ash Williams. Shut up. One grades finding hidden manuscript pages and blast your enemies with serious firepower. Ooh, submachine
I
gun.
guess it's about time I went full auto.
Shut up!
Hey, it's you. There. You remember me, right? Emma? Emma Sloan?
I think you might have something that belongs to me.
Really?
A typewritten page?
Oh, yeah, that's weird. I did find a page like that. I don't even know where it came from. It was all this weird stuff about the oil derrick and a satellite.
Yes, that's what I'm looking for.
Oh, well, I don't know how you knew I had it, but I guess it's yours. Listen, what's this all about? There are these really creepy guys hanging around the oil derricks. There's something really weird about them.
They're dangerous. I'm gonna deal with them. Try to stay out of their sight, okay? And stay in the light. They hate the light. Just to be clear, you should know that we haven't actually met before.
Sure we have, Mr. Wake. Remember you stayed at the
Mr.
motel
Wake?
No, the guy you're talking about just looks like me, even if he uses my name. He's behind all this trouble.
Oh, I thought, now that you mention it, I guess your aura looks a lot nicer than his, actually. I'm very sensitive to things like that.
I'm gonna kill
There's a
her.
bunch of stuff I need to find.
The things mentioned on that page? Well, there's a lot of old crap lying around this place.
Great, thanks.
I think you should be able to find everything, except the
Aw,
satellite,
Joey.
obviously.
Mwah, giving you
Are you
big,
gonna tell
big
me what
kiss. I
this
love
is?
you.
I don't think that'd go over too well.
Why don't you let me be the judge of that?
Fine. The page is a formula for rewriting reality. Either I use it to close a strange portal to a place that isn't in our world, or shadowy serial killer monster things keep pouring out of there.
Yeah, you were right the first time.
You can think what you want about me, but there's still bad guys around. Be careful.
Well, you might be nuts, but I've seen the way they move, the way they look. I'll buy that.
They're called Taken. They aren't really human. Not anymore.
And they're climbing out of the oil well? What, do they have secret headquarters down there, or?
No, that's just where the point of connection is. It's a hole that leads to, well, it's a really nasty place. That's why I need to close it.
And the guy who looks like you opened it, because he was hanging around the oil field before.
He gets around, unfortunately. Thanks for helping me.
Oh, I wish I thought you were just a nutcase.
Actually, I kind of expected you to.
Me too. But I feel like this is how it's supposed to go. Isn't that weird?
Not really. I get that a lot in my line of work.
I wonder why you'd feel that
What do
way.
you do anyway.
I'm a writer.
Obviously.
What was that you said about my aura?
Oh, I'm very spiritual, you know. I can see auras, but I only use it for
Can you
healing
see
and
this
helping
aura?
people. I'm like a wise woman, you know. I give people insight and advice.
Look, just because I say crazy things doesn't mean I believe everything.
Don't be like that. Maybe you should
You
take
see
a few
the fucking
crystals with you
aura
if
of
you're
my
going out
bullets in
there.
your
They
fucking
might
head.
be dangerous. They soothe your energy.
You should take a few crystals. Oh my god.
Fantastic.
She wants to give me a
They help
JO
me take out the
crystal.
bad guys?
Oh, well, no, not as such.
She's gonna whip out her cock and we're gonna charge the
think I'm-
I
JO
have
crystal
some wonderfully
together.
potent herbal detox suppositories.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Dude, she's got detox suppositories. Hell yeah. Stick your dick in that kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? Switch your submachine gun to the nail gun. I think I'm good.
The Champion of Light recognizes the page he got from the woman. It is a weapon of his own design, custom engineered to destroy the dark portal. If he recreates the conditions of the page, a great power will be unleashed.
I love the narrator so much. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. It like keeps the pages I've already gotten before. 15 hours now? Okay.
With all the herbs, crystals, and the rest of her New Age paraphernalia, Emma Sloan had...
Yeah, whatever. We don't need to hear all the pages, I guess.
Oh, hell. This isn't gonna be good. Is this on? How can you tell? I'm sorry, I'm not very good with gadgets. That's more like it.
God damn it. Just stay zoomed in without wasting my damn battery. Yeah, so remember how I said Mr. Scratch is basically American Psycho?
I'll be right with you. I just gotta do this one thing. I like it quiet. I bet you're wondering why this is happening. Why am I doing all this? Why am I so hell-bent on ruining your life? You're cramping my style. You've got money, fame, everything you could want. But you don't know what to do with it. I do. I'm getting all the things you never had the balls to go for. Having more fun, too. Do you know the real difference between us? I'm not afraid to be the center of attention. This poor slob's just collateral damage, really. I mean, made some information out of him earlier. But this part? This is just for kicks. So quiet.
You can tell his fucking voice, like his like model actor, Ilya something. You can tell he has so much fun playing Mr. Scratch.
Wait. Wait. Whoa!
God damn. All right.
That's one.
So yeah, I've played this before. I've beaten it before. And so unfortunately I have like, I guess new game plus style stuff. So we're gonna blaze through this, but that's fine. I just wish it would tell me what, like, I don't know what the page I found was.
The reality we take for granted is soft.
I don't know what the page I found from the lady was. Hold on, let me see if I can find them. So I can look at them in order. Too much work. Oh well. We'll listen to the ones about Mr. Scratch really fast.
I'm trapped in the darkness. He has started appearing to me. He can travel back into the world effortlessly, and he loves to rub my face in it. At first, he was just an echo in the darkness, a flicker beyond the edge of my vision. Now he started showing himself, getting bolder all the time, telling me what a great time he's having in the world while I'm stuck here, and what he plans to do, especially to Alice. All the moves I have left are dangerous and desperate. I have no choice. I have to hunt him.
That's like it says, Mr. Scratch can go back and forth between
I don't
stuff.
make friends easily.
Oh no, it's about Barry, which is nice, but Alan's getting cucked. Yeah.
I'm trapped in the darkness.
Oh no, that's the appearance. Hunting Mr. Scratch.
Is a twisted copy of me, powerful and dangerous. But I know I can fight him. I don't think anybody else can. They don't understand what he is, what he represents, or that all the horrible things he does here are almost insignificant compared to what he will unleash on Earth given the chance. But I've survived the dark place, and it has taught me things. How to cope, how to stay sane when the world goes crazy.
Cope, mauled,
He's 2
seethe.
steps ahead of me, but I can find him, and I believe I can stop him.
All right, now let's go with those last 2 items. I'm glad you all enjoy Yipria so much. It kind of works out that I never did finish her after April Fool's, so that I'm able to do this now. Hi, Stinkums.
The enemy tears itself in two to avoid the hated
Oh
line.
yeah, this guy.
It becomes weaker, but more numerous. Such is the arithmetic.
I forgot that that's what this guy does. This guy turns into this guy is a big guy who splits into 2 guys, and every time you kill him, they split into like weaker versions of themselves after.
Just messed up.
Forgot about that. Pump action for carbine rifle, sure.
Something tells me I'm really gonna need the extra firepower. That's 2. Just 1 more to go.
Guy Division, yeah. The worst Joy Division album. Do you think Alan Wake is the powerhouse of the cell? Yeah, I still plan on playing more Absolution. To be clear, Yipria was supposed to be a model. Like, I kind of fucked up because Yipria was supposed to maintain like being a model. Like after that stream, she was supposed to just be a model forever. But then I wanted to put the Chibria hair on her because it looks a lot better. Like, look at this hair. Look how much it fits her. But the rigging was hard and I couldn't do it, so she just kind of went on the back burner. But it works out because now now it's been revealed that she was the one running the Fleshtival the whole time. And like I said, you guys can't stay mad at her, right?
That's everything.
The man has found the battery, but it is empty. It will need to be recharged.
I mean, look at her. Look how cute she is. You guys can't stay mad at me. Even if I did kill hundreds. And harvested so much meat that they had to create an entire new regulation board just for me. On the one hand, the crimes. On the other hand, yippee!
I need this battery charged.
No problem.
I'll just go before the grand jury, and when they're like, You're charged for 17,000 counts of manslaughter, right? Here's what I'm gonna do. Your Honor, I plead not guilty. Yippee! Yippee! And then they have to let me go.
Listen, I don't know what's gonna happen exactly when I do this. My memory's a little hazy.
I don't even know what that means.
All I'm saying is you don't want to come anywhere near the oil field, all right? This thing could get out of hand.
In the middle of highly flammable materials. Great.
I'll do my best to contain it.
Just please don't turn out.
First recorded example of an in-court execution.
Okay?
Okay, I'm gonna go now. Wish me luck.
Wait a sec. I want to ask you about something first. What did you mean with that my memory's a little hazy thing?
I had a pretty rough time coming here. It was like being caught in a tsunami. I blacked out for a while. It's hard to explain. There's a barrier of sorts that I had to break through. I was lucky to make it here with my wits as intact as they are.
So you might have brain damage. You're about to do great things with a magic piece of paper, and you came here from another dimension?
No, I'm from New York. I was just visiting.
Yeah, okay.
No, I'm from New York. Came here from another dimension? No, I'm from New York. That's what are you talking about? Restock at the ammo bar. Oh yeah, this thing. It refills. I forgot at the what? All right, motherfuckers, time to rewrite reality. Also, I forgot that this game actually just obeys what side you put the camera on, which is really nice. Everyone will be a woman then? Correct. Woman-only society starting now. Oh god, now there's so many of them. The combat in this really does feel genuinely very good, though. I really wish that, can I just say, chat? I'm really genuinely sad that the Xbox Live Arcade just, like, isn't a thing anymore. You know what I mean? I miss when we would get little $15, like, I know indie games kind of do this now, but I miss when we would get, like, AA productions like this that were, like, little, like, $15, $10, 3-hour video games that were really arcadey and really, like, like high score chasers that you could play over and over again. Legitimately, I thought it was some of the coolest stuff that could have happened. And I'm genuinely really sad that it's not anymore. Indie games have kind of taken that hold, but they don't really, like, the Xbox Live Arcade specifically incentivized arcade style, like, high score chasing, like, stuff like materials and stuff like that, and, like, types of games just by the name. Like, you wouldn't put your serious psychological thriller, even if it was only 3 hours long, on the Xbox Live Arcade, Like, I really wish Steam would just make, like, the Steam Arcade or something that would incentivize and show off these, like, shorter games. Battery was attached. Where? Oh, so yes, I was aware of that. There we go. So you have to fulfill the 3 parts of the manuscript to cause reality to get rewritten, which is really cool. It's so cool. I like it. Like, that's the premise. You have to, in 3 separate maps, you have to, like, we'll go to the next area. There's 2 other areas, and you have to get 3 items that, like, are part of the manuscript, and reassemble the manuscript to, like, rewrite reality. I know. I wish this had gotten remastered. It's cool. It was published by Microsoft, though, which is probably why they weren't allowed to. Or probably why they didn't, but they also said they didn't really have any plans to, so they might have just not wanted to. All the, like, cool new weapons and stuff.
Yeah, I think I noticed.
Also, I will admit, even though Alan Wake is not, like, a big, cool badass, the game makes me believe he's a badass. Like, how do I put this? Alan Wake is not a big, cool badass, but the game keeps insisting he is. And by the end, I'm kind of like, yeah, he is. Even though he definitely isn't. But it's hard to not be like, yeah. It's hard. The game's just so fun and so, like, silly. It's hard to not, like, buy into it.
Tell me what you know about him. The guy who looks like me.
He
Yeah, no, I agree, Hannah.
party in one of
I
the
mean,
rooms.
Steam can do that. They have, like, categories and stuff. They could do that. Like, Valve would just, you know, have to, but they have a really hands-off approach to everything.
Anyway, I heard that he went to the diner and there was a fight there or something. Maybe you could find out more from there. I got some keys that you could maybe use.
You just happen to have the keys, huh? Fine.
I mean, frankly, so could Xbox and PlayStation. There's no reason that they couldn't.
I'm getting out of here as soon as you leave so I could close up this place and go home.
Emma, you really want to stay here in the light.
Yeah, thanks for the advice, but I'm not sticking around. Just go already, okay?
Like, just imagine if Valve released a thing, right? They released a thing and it's like, and Nintendo, yeah, I forgot they existed. Like, he'd be Alan Pronouns. He'd be Alan fucking Pronouns! No, like, imagine if Valve did a thing where it's like, hey, if you make a game that is like 3 hours in length and is $15 or something like that, right? Like, if you make something that's like akin to like an Xbox Live Arcade, you intentionally go for like a smaller project or whatever, we'll cut the license fee in half. So instead of paying $100 to put your game on Steam, you only have to pay $50, and we'll take like 10% less of your money. So like, you know, like there's like an incentive to make these smaller games and actually put them on Steam. And they go in like this like special part of the store that's, you know, like the Steam Arcade or whatever, right? Because like right now the problem is if you're making like a little indie game or whatever, right? There's no reason, like if you're making like a little Xbox lifestyle arcade indie game or whatever, right? There's no reason to put it on Steam. You're gonna lose money. Like, unless your game becomes wildly successful, you have to pay like $100 just to put your game on Steam in the first place. You know, and then Valve takes their cut and stuff like that. Like, you're ultimately gonna lose money as compared to if you put it on something like Itch. It's a lot better to just put it on something like Itch and maybe Epic and then just not really think about it, right? But like, imagine if Valve was like, here's a place where we are specifically asking you to make shorter little stuff like that, and we incentivize it so that there is a less of a chance you will lose money on this little short project.
The scene. Traces of violence. A callous midnight snack. A room key left carelessly behind.
Can I be the next bullet?
Man
Sure.
recognizes the enemy's handiwork.
I love that it's the I fucking love that you were playing through an episode of Night Springs. I love it so much.
That place might be involved.
I genuinely love that you were playing an episode of Night Springs so fucking much. It's so cool. I fucking love Night Springs and I love the Twilight Zone. So like having them make a little Xbox Live Arcade game where you play an episode of Night Springs is the coolest. No, yeah, for if you're making like a tiny, so like for a lot of game developers, if you're making just a tiny little quiet like 3-hour long indie game or whatever,
Most of which
it's genuinely recommended to not put it on Steam unless you can like build like hype for it by making like devlogs and stuff on YouTube. You essentially have to like do all this stuff to like advertise your game. But imagine if Steam was just like, hey, here's the Steam Arcade and all of the games here are like 10 or 15 bucks.
war, damned by forces beyond her control.
And like we guarantee that they'll be like short little games, right? You'd be a lot more incentivized and to just like, you know, to just like put something on there. No, getting shot out of a gun hurts so much. You're welcome. Remember, Night Springs is also watchable in Quantum Break and in Control. The FPC has taken over the running of the show to control people's perception of altered world events. Wait, is that last part true? Yeah, the DLCs being in the under $5 to $10 thing, like, actually kills it. Then people would shut the fuck up about cost versus total playtime.
Damn it.
I know that the FBC took over certain things. I don't remember them saying they took over Night Springs. That's cool. I just personally like these little arcade experiences are legitimately some of my favorite video games.
Well, here you are.
And I just wish that they would I just wish that people still made these and were incentivized to.
Man, I actually saw them twice back in the 70s. I was just a kid then, but my dad worked at this club, and he'd sneak me in to see bands all the time, you know. Talk about an education. Anyway, great band, couple of great albums, solid fan base, and then they kind of dropped off the face of the earth. Well, now, almost 4 decades later, they're making a comeback. And let me tell you, these boys have seen a lot of road. They're some serious rock and roll veterans. Because they weren't too young even back in the day. Well, now I've got Odin and Tor Anderson, two of the original old guys.
Oh shit, Odin and Tor are there.
Along with their manager, Barry Wheeler.
Barry!
Oh,
Barry!
you ready?
Barry mention!
Now, boys, let me just come out and say this, all right? Spring chickens, you ain't. I mean, you guys, you make the Stones look young.
You're only as old as you feel.
Who you calling old? Now, your last album was 1978, In the Valley of My Shadow. And then you stopped playing altogether after that. Why? And what made you do a comeback after all this time?
Well, it was a sad thing. See, the original bass player for Old Gods, Fat Bob Boulder, passed away.
Fat Bob Boulder?
Yeah. Bob had leukemia, poor.
Fat Bob Boulder?
I didn't feel like playing no more.
Long story short, I ran into these guys up in Washington, and it was obvious to me that they still got it. So I figured, hey, let's make some music, right? They went for it.
Now, Barry, you were a literary agent before this, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and you were very successful. You represented Alan Wake, I believe. Disappeared under mysterious...
Yeah, that's
No, he did. Balder.
Gods tonight. Is that cool? Can we do that?
Oh, yeah, sure. Listen, why don't we take a little break, and then later on in the program, we'll get a new Old God single. Stay tuned, folks.
Well, at least Barry landed on his feet.
I'm glad Barry's okay. It's also sad that he clearly misses you, though. Poor Barry. Chat, would you give Barry a hug? I kind of strive to be a friend like Barry. You're kind of wisecracking, sarcastic, like schlubby friend who is like there, will put like fight an old god with you. That's like your slubby, sarcastic friend who's kind of a dick, but like in a way that's like, you know, funny, like not actually mean. But like the second you're sad is like there to give you like, you know, hugs and towels, and will fight an old god to help you if needed.
Michael Farabee, dead. torture.
Oh shit, this is the guy that Mr. Scratch was killing.
Observatory. A slim lead, but solid enough. It stirs something deep in his mind. He knows where to go now. The observatory. Hot on the heels of the Herald of Darkness, the Champion of Light forges on to see the stars.
Time to go to the observatory.
An observatory, a place for a man to witness the magnificence of the universe. But such insights are not what the Champion of Light is looking for. He has come to find a weapon.
So you can call the Dark Half, but a writer with an evil doppelganger. It's probably somewhat based on that, Mr. Scratch is. Shotgun. No, I quite like this carbine, actually.
Welcome back, listeners. As you know, I'm Eddie Rodman, and I'm still of Asgard, who are doing
Speeding Dice, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the graveyard. I hope you enjoy your stay.
I'm having the time of my life. You know, I didn't realize how much I missed that.
And what about you, Tor?
It's okay, you know.
Well, this must bring back a lot of memories.
Oh, yeah. It's wonderful to be back on stage. If it wasn't for my knee, I'd feel like a young man again.
Well, speaking of that, I hate to keep harping on this age thing, but I gotta tell you, I've heard your new songs, guys, and you sound really good.
Thank you.
And this may be a touchy subject, but to be blunt, you really don't sound, well, old. I mean, the difference between your speaking voice and your singing voice, it's pretty striking.
What the hell are you talking about? You saying it's not us singing on that record? What? What's he talking about?
No, I'm not saying that, guys, but I can't help noticing the difference.
Son, you're on thin ice. You calling me a liar?
Hit him with your hammer.
Stepping in for a moment, boys. Yeah, Eddie, they do sound different, but believe me, we're not talking Milli Vanilli here. These guys are the real deal. Why don't you come to the gig tomorrow night and see for yourself? Once they get on that stage, boom, things get real.
Really?
Believe me, they play like they're possessed. It's almost like magic. Look, you see my boys play, you see the old gods for real. These guys project a lot of power. They're not lightweights, you know what I'm saying?
All right, Barry, I'll see if I can make it. Now, let's take another quick break here, and after that, we'll play the new Old Gods of Asgard single. Don't you go away.
So yeah, you remember how Cauldron Lake has a give and take? In case it hasn't become apparent or obvious yet, Thor and Odin are literally Thor and Odin. Like, they weren't born that way, but they have become the old gods, Thor and Odin. But the give and take is that only happens when they're on stage. They only become they only become gods when they're on stage, when they're channeling the power of their ballads, which they have imbued with like straight up like spiritual energy. That's why their songs create or like make reality manifest. So like, you know, in Control, you listen to their song In Control and it grounds you and puts you in control. When you listen to their song, you know, their other song, Champion of the Light or whatever from Alan Wake 1, you know, it imbues you with the power to kill the darkness, right? To like banish it back, you know, in the area that you're in. Alan already had that power, but like, you know, it gives even people like Barry the ability to do so, right? Barry noticeably becomes a lot more like competent and ready to kill the Taken after the concert. And even during the concert, he kills a few on his own using the pyrotechnics and stuff. Like, they are literally ballads of power that give you actual, like, they literally, like, empower you with, like, some of the magic of the old gods. And when they're on the stage, they are literally just Thor and Odin. But when they're off stage, they have dementia, and they are, like, slowly, like, becoming old and feeble and, you know, losing their, like, ability to think and stuff. That was what Cauldron Lake took from them. Along with Odin's ravens. Odin had two ravens called Truth and Memory, which are what Hunin and Munin, which were the Odin, like the old god Odin. Those were his real ravens. Odin had two pet birds that were ravens called Truth and Memory, which are what Hunin and Munin translate to. And the Cauldron Lake took them. So Cauldron Lake, the way it like makes like creatives do things, Cauldron Lake takes something from the creatives and then dangles it in front of them. So like Cauldron Lake will like you know, it took Alan Wake's wife and is like, oh, I'll give her back if you just write a story for me, smile. And it did the same thing to the old gods of Asgard. Thor and Odin, it took their ravens. And was like, we'll give them back if you just make some songs for us. But you know, obviously they did not. That's actually why there's like ravens that attack you. That's the old gods' ravens. Like, it's not confirmed anywhere, but like, you know, it seems kind of obvious. But yeah, that's why why there's ravens. Yeah, strongly implied. Dude, I love this little Zilk model. Mwah, he's so cute. I love him.
I am adorable.
You are adorable, little guy, and I missed you. The people couldn't replace you, and I'm glad you have your full body now. How's the soap?
I'm Dr. Rachel Meadows, and wait a moment, it's you.
One second. Polga just sent me something so good. Oh fuck, I skipped her dialogue. I didn't know it was gonna pause it. God damn it. Oh well. She was basically saying she doesn't trust me because of Mr. Scratch. I skipped her dialogue by accident, but she was basically saying she doesn't trust me because Mr. Scratch was here before and she thinks I'm him, and she's like, oh, I'm not letting you in again. Hold on, I need to show you what Balgo just sent me. I'm gonna ask. This is so fucking funny. Here. If you can't describe your job in 3 words, I run End of Dragons and Secrets of the Obscure Metas, T3 Rifts, and weekly raids. I run T4 Fractals, a bullshit job. I run T4 Fractals, skip recommendeds and quit after 1 attempt. Bullshit job. I flip TP listings and constantly attempt to sabotage the market by listing items 2 copper above the insta-sell price. Bullshit job. I catch fish. Delivery box 73 gold. That's Balga's character. That's sneaky BBiki. Oh, extreme +2. I love Guild Wars memes. Extreme +2. +2 with prejudice. Holy shit. Oh. Catching fish is such good money.
Han, wee baguette, and soap.
And soap. How does the soap taste, little guy? You didn't answer me earlier.
It wasn't me. I just look like him.
Are you serious? That's what you're going with? Please.
I'm trying to stop him. You saw those shadow things trying to kill me, right? I bet he
It is giving me a taste for human fat.
Yes.
It's not made from human fat, silly. It's made from pig fat.
All right. Come on in.
Thank you.
You said it was Fight Club soap? I said it looks like Fight Club soap.
A artificial cherry mint.
Artificial cherry mint. So true. All right, hi, bitch.
Hey, buddy. I figured I'd take a moment to talk to you. There's a party next door.
It tastes a bit like a bit florally and a hint of almond.
A little beer, a little fun, you know? It's nice. Listen, this whole thing between us, it's a little weird for me too, you know? I mean, we don't just look the same, there's a lot we share. I mean, up here, I know you, right? So I was thinking maybe we could... These guys are getting out of control. Look, I feel like we're both victims of circumstance here. And maybe we could make some kind of effort to...
Speak. Don't let the party interrupt you. Stinkazoid. Oh, right. He's trying to not murder. He's trying to not get so annoyed he murders, but he's failing. I see.
Never mind.
Good negotiations. Glad this guy's just killing people in my body. That's cool. That's fun. I'm sure that will have no ramifications when I finally get back to the real world. Smile when Return by Alan Wake is completed.
Just a moment, I'll send the lift down to you. I didn't expect to see anyone here tonight, but I'm relieved to see an actual person. That's assuming this isn't some kind of cruel trick on your part, of course.
I would never, ever play a cool trick, ever. Or cruel trick.
Doctor, the man who looked like me, what did he want here?
There's a strange astronomical event happening right now. Something I can't begin to classify, but I think it's disabled our satellite. There's a very peculiar signal that we're receiving.
A signal? That's what I'm here for.
Well, so was he. But he didn't seem to understand it at all. He got very angry, sabotaged our imaging array, and now we're blind. I believe the event is still going on, but we can't pick it up.
Is there something we can do?
What he broke is essentially just a special camera, but we can't use the telescope without it. There's a replacement in my car. If you can get that to me, we're back in business.
Consider it done. Tell me more about the signal.
It's almost as if something's being transmitted to Night Springs. It's the strangest thing. It's quite elusive, almost as if it wasn't properly there. I don't know how to describe it.
So, what was the signal like?
I wish I knew. He appeared before I had a good fix on it. He was very pleasant when I was working, but when I isolated the signal, he suddenly forced me out of the control booth. He said it was none of my business. He seemed to change. Somehow he was very smooth and charming before that, but suddenly he became, I'm sorry. I'm not sure I want to talk about it.
I have to ask, do you always wear that to work?
I was at a party for a local art exhibition. Fascinating works. When I was called away by my assistant, Michael was the first to spot this event. I don't know where he is now, actually. He was supposed to bring us some food, but he never showed up.
Tell me about the event.
Oh, it's quite fascinating. It looks as if stars were changing, somehow. or shifting positions. It isn't really happening, of course. Most likely it's caused by some kind of atmospheric refraction phenomenon, but I've never seen anything like it.
Did he hurt you?
No, he didn't quite threaten me exactly, but those shadowy things started to crawl into view, and whatever the signal was, he seemed to be extremely frustrated by it. He just started breaking things and left. I thought it best not to interfere.
You were lucky. He's done much worse.
Yes. He showed me a knife, and he kept talking. He enjoyed the sound of his own voice. A proper maniac.
A proper maniac.
You're not anything like him, are you?
Believe me, I try very hard not to be.
Also, you know what's really funny to me about Mr. Scratch? Also, hold on, is there the genius or genesis of Mr. Scratch?
And it's me. I faced dark horrors before, things that live in the unimaginable pressures of the world beyond our own. Sometimes they masquerade as humans. That's what ultimately lurks inside Mr. Scratch. He's every mean-spirited tabloid story about me, an evil caricature, a creature formed in that vague territory of misconceptions, half-truths, and the dark imagination of people who heard a story about me. An urban legend made flesh, a serial killer, my dark half, brought to life by the power of Cauldron Lake.
No, he absolutely fucks better than Alan. Like, by sure, by almost assuredly, yes. No, what I find really funny about Mr. Scratch is that he's always described as being really, like, debonair and charming until he goes violent, right? And, like, you know, he, like, wears, like, the suit and stuff, right? And it's really funny to me because that implies that with just a little bit of work, Alan could also be, like, debonair and interesting and, like, you know, suave and charming and charismatic if he would just be that way, like if he would just, you know, act that way, but he just doesn't.
That sounded more callous than I intended. Be safe.
Alan just doesn't even try. Like if Alan cleaned up a little bit and would have some confidence in himself, he'd be so fucking suave and debonair. You know, people would like fucking be like, oh my god, that is Mr. Charming. Fucking looks like Jake Gyllenhaal. Motherfucker, like, you know. It's not like it would be very hard for him. But he's too much of a fucking, I'm such a tortured artist.
This must be your car.
Oh no, 8-legged freaks. These are the new enemies for this. It's them and the splitters. They're just little guys that you can burn with your light. You don't even have to shoot them. You can just burn them with your light. But if there's a lot of them, obviously they become harder to deal with because kind of got to focus on one for a hot minute to burn it. A beefed, so true. Oh yeah, speaking of, did you guys see that, like, fucking, I only saw this on YouTube. I promise I don't, like, watch him. Apparently Mr. Beast is in some, like, drama because apparently there's, like, some girl, I think Rosiano Paisano or something like that, the Nerdy Nummies girl, I think, who was in one of his videos, and he edited her to, like, look like she fucking sucks. And then a bunch of other people are like, yeah, he's done that to me too. He like edited her to be just like look like she just totally sucked at everything. He was beefing everything. That is very Mr. Least behavior. Mr. Beast Me Too movement parentheses, he edited me to look bad.
I found it.
To be fair, being edited to look like an idiot in videos that will be seen by like tens of millions of people is pretty embarrassing. I would be upset if I got edited to look like an idiot in front of in a video that would be seen by literally tens of millions of people. Maybe even hundreds of millions. I don't know how many views his videos get. Need editing for that? Fuck yourself. Well, yeah, but he presumably has Final Cut control, right? It's his channel. It's his name. He can presumably be like, hey, don't do it this way.
Brilliant, you got it. just run a quick diagnostic on it. Yes, it's in perfect order. All right, we're good to go. Let's take a look at the sky.
I very much doubt he sits down and does it himself anymore, but still. Well, that's his whole thing, right? He's supposed to be the guy who does give a shit, though. That's his whole shtick. If he doesn't give a shit, then it ruins his whole shtick. He's supposed to be the one good rich guy.
I have to shut this down. There's a problem with the automated coolant system. Somebody just interrupted the flow.
So now what?
Well, you could go and open the secondary coolant flow valves manually. I know it's dangerous there, but, well...
I got it!
Please come talk to me if you have questions.
Just remember, you need to release all 3 valves. It doesn't matter what order you do it in.
Oh, was it she was in 3rd place for one of his competitions, but he made it look like she did horribly? Yeah. Something like that. I don't know. I really didn't read it. I didn't really give a shit. I was just like, oh, is this like... I was like, is this the start of the Mr. Beast evil era? The arc where everybody hates him? Finally. Oh yeah, I had the displeasure of teaching Marcy last night that Andrew Tate's young underage fans are called tater tots. Which she just hated. She just hated it so much. Ew, oh god. Did you guys not know that? Are there so many underage Tate fans that they got a nickname? Oh my god, yes. Did you not see that video going around where Sneeko, who is basically Andrew Tate 2.0, him and Aiden Ross, where like they're meeting with some like fucking like 9-year-olds or 10-year-olds who are like, gay people are bad and women are stupid, like, and then they're like, ha 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 ha. And then like Sneeko looks at the camera like, oh god, what have I done? Which, of course, he immediately took back because, you know, can't have the grift if you accept that you've done anything wrong, but... No, they have legions of underage fans. Like, you know, people who are 9 and 10 who are like, haha, I love these guys. I love when they say women are stoopy. Because they're kids. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Okay, that should do it.
Oh god, not the props, not the props. Anything but the fucking props, man. I touch too much grass to follow them. I mean, I don't follow them. I just see this shit on Twitter because I follow a bunch of leftists. And these guys, unfortunately, have to be taken seriously by leftists since they're causing, like, legitimate problems. Like, that's the thing, right? We can't just throw up our hands and go like, oh, well, they suck, and then move on. Because they're affecting children who, you know, are then going to be voters and, you know, people who form policy later. These kids ain't shit. I can take them. I'm strong as hell. You would get beat the fuck down by a child. A fucking 6-year-old would sneeze on you and your bones would crumple like glass.
Just bear with me a moment.
I don't give a fuck, man.
I believe you've got it sorted. It's working again. Nicely done.
That sounds like trouble. I don't think they're happy with our success.
Come on, you little shit.
Look out, they found a way in.
That didn't kill you? I guess they realized how overpowered those were and fixed them.
Hold on a little longer.
Yeah, I was gonna say, she really doesn't sound, she sounds pretty nonplussed by all of this, I gotta say.
Sighted in now. I still have no idea what I'm looking at, but it's very strange indeed. Oh, where are my manners? Please, come on up. I'm sorry, I was distracted.
I know that like this game doesn't have that much meat to it or anything. I know it's just a silly little arcade game, but man, I really just like this game. It just feels good to play. The combat's fun. I just love the little arcade stuff. I love that it just like builds. It's not like necessarily a new entry so much as it's just like building on the world. Like, I just really love this game.
It's amazing. I'm not sure what it is yet, let alone where it's coming from, but it's interacting with our system somehow, like it was intended for us. But I don't understand how that could be.
Maybe that's just how the story goes.
What?
Never mind. Is there a way I can hear it? Or however this is supposed to work?
I think the signal is incomplete somehow, but you should be getting a printout of it now.
What do you mean it's incomplete?
It's almost as if we're only getting a fragment of it.
I need the whole thing. This is important.
I'm sure it is, but this is all we're getting.
Did the man who looks like me get the whole thing?
He locked me out of the booth, so I have no way of knowing. But I can tell you that he didn't really seem to understand it.
So, what's in the sky?
It doesn't make any sense. The stars are just... they're wrong. I thought I'd be able to see something, but it's like I'm looking at a sky that's just... it's not the right sky. But that's impossible.
I consider myself a rational man, Doctor. But this isn't a thing you can measure or explain. I've seen impossible things that have taught me just to roll with some punches. It's either that, or go insane.
I find it disturbing that you sound like you're speaking from ample
Why does
experience.
aiming make me move backwards? Why does aiming make me move backwards? All right, chat, I'm only gonna move through the game like this now. It only does it if I spam it though. If I hold it. All right, I'm only moving through the game like this now, okay? Are you cool with this? Are you cool with this, chat? I gotta move towards the item. Hold on. They're speedrunning the game by doing this. This is how we move. It's all the way over there. Okay. It's only a 3-hour game, but I'm gonna make it 8.
A printout of a signal. It too is a weapon created by the Champion of Light. In its words, stirs a new reality. But it is incomplete, and yet it provides a roadmap for the man to follow, a course that will lead him to a place where he may confront his enemy.
All right, final area. Yeah, I paid $15 for this, so I need to get 15 hours out of it, like a fucking insane person.
The drive-in. Once the site of lurid celluloid fantasies, it's now the site of an art exhibition. And yet, it's the search for closure.
Guys, this is where you this is where you come to watch the midnight showing.
The Champion of Light here.
This is the drive-in where you come to watch the midnight showing every Sunday. It definitely happens every Sunday. I've got bruises in all the right places now. I think if a girl said that to me after I like hurt her in a consensual way, that might fix me. Like if she asked me to, you know, to like beat on her a little in like a consensual, fun way, and then she said I've got bruises in all the right places while we were like cuddling after, I think that would fix me.
But you'll get angry if you're here, so you gotta go. You know I'll do what you want.
Oh, she's possessed.
Okay.
I love you so much. Did you know that love hurts? Are you gonna hurt me now? 'Cause you should.
Lady, you got darkness on the brain. I think I can help you if I can get the lights on in here.
You can't turn the power back on. It's not allowed. You said.
So, where shouldn't I go so I don't turn the power back on accidentally?
It's the big building on the other side of the drive-in, but it's locked.
Where's the key? Just so that I know to avoid it.
It's on the wall next to the cash register. But you can't. You can't. Don't be bad.
Don't be bad.
I'm just gonna go do some other stuff. Scout's honor. Just try to stay calm. I've seen this kind of thing before. I think you're gonna be okay.
Why is it so hard to think?
You've been touched by darkness. I'm hoping it's not permanent.
Darkness bimbofies you.
Before, and you kissed me, and then everything got all dark. That was the best.
Listen, this is very important. Where did I go? Can you tell me that?
Baby, you don't need to go anywhere. You're here now, and you're in my head. You should be in me.
Oh!
Touch me again.
Oh!
Not with a 10-foot pole, lady.
Oh!
Hey, just in case there's a part of you in there that's freaking out right now.
You should be in me.
I promise I'll do what I can to help you, okay?
Oh!
I don't... Please go away.
Don't sweat it. I'm just saying that in case you really need to hear it, I've been there.
I think there are spiders in my eyes. I think you put them in me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go now.
This is breeder behavior. No, see, I can't call straight people breeders. I can't, because I know that, like, you know, Catholic Church, sex only for procreation, all that shit, right? But when I think of breeders, I think of gay people. I'm sorry, but I do. Every gay person I know has a fucking breeding kink 10 miles long. I only can think of gay people when I hear fucking breeding. I just, to me, breeders are gay people.
And we're back with Old Gods of Asgard and their manager, Barry Wheeler. Guys, you're on your comeback tour, and you're playing a lot of your classic material, but you've also got a new single out, right? How'd that come about? Was it hard to go back into the studio after such a long time?
Are you kidding me? They were chomping at the bit. They were just itching to stretch those creative muscles. Now, it had been a while because, you know, they spent a lot of time in,
Retirement. We were retired.
We were?
Yeah.
No.
Don't you always say hitting the back wall, keep going, maybe she will get pregnant? Yeah.
We were at the retirement,
retirement thing.
Yeah.
So, you know, really, once we got in the studio, things started happening. Now, the music has changed a little bit, and the boys were a little rusty, so it took us a while to find the right gear. But hey, once we got going, whew, boy, they kicked ass. And it's an awesome song. It's called Balance Slays the Demon, and seriously, I think it's their finest work. And hey, I should know, I produced it.
Oh, really? I didn't know you were a producer.
Well, this was my first time. I mean, they needed a little bit of guidance, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, these guys are the best. But it's the 21st century, man. Things just sound a little different these days. So, you know, I kind of stepped in there, helped them make it sound all cool, kind of jazzed it up.
That sounds like a challenge.
Oh, no, it was really easy, man. I was just, you know, like, hey, give it a little zing, you know? take it to another level so it really rips. You know, let's just throw some really sweet synths in. Like that, you know, just kicked it up a notch, but it's totally old gods.
Well, listeners, you can judge for yourselves. Here's Old Gods of Asgard, and Balance slays the demon.
Oh, yeah.
Deep in the ocean of darkness, in the mirror of light, Balance becomes...
So yeah, there's a new Old Gods of Asgard song for this game. I'm not gonna listen to it here because I think it plays later.
This before. People whose integrity has been suborned by the insidious touch of the darkness. He has experienced it himself, but merciful light burned away the darkness in his brain.
For a reason it should have been remastered. I just genuinely think they should have remastered this game. I think it's a good and cool game. 30, man, fuck off. Back off. You fucking poser. Give me the sawn-off shotgun. Give me it.
Oh look!
Oh hey, it's Mr. Scratch.
Here. You ready to save the day?
Yeah. Gave Zilk a French hat? Yeah. I tried to think of all the memes that like chat has made about Zilk, and it's that he's French and that he eats soap. When I was getting him redesigned, I was like, what, like, you know, I want him to have funny toggles, like. French no longer? Wait, why did that take off his hat? That should have put it on. Hold on. That should have put it on. Why did that not work? That shouldn't have reversed. No, there we go. Seems to be inverted. There, I fixed it. Should be fine now.
You are gonna shit yourself when you realize what I have done.
There we go.
Shut up!
Shut up! Oh, Alan.
I must test my new vocal cords for those who retired EP earlier.
Holy shit, that's an assault rifle if I ever heard one. Chat, listen to this. Chat, listen to this. God damn. Ba, 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 ba. He's so cute. I love the way his little ear gets squished down. Don't you, chat? Notice that? Yeah, the ear gets squished down, see? Me looking at Alan Wake, man, they gotta put that shit in the item shop. Bro, they gotta put that shit in the item shop. Wait, is this the Bright Falls power plant from the first game? I only remember because I remember trying to get this gate open for like 10 minutes and all I had to do was shoot it. Rice Ball Zilk will forever have my heart. Well, too bad. He's gone. I literally deleted him. He's gone and he's never coming back. That was never supposed to be Zilk. It was just a temporary holdover. He'd eaten too much. He was fat. And while we support and appreciate fat girls and fat people here, you know, is bad for his health. His cholesterol is really high. So, for his own health, he ultimately needed to lose some weight. Are you fat shaming Zilk? No, it's for his health. I just said that. What part of that did you not get? Owie. What the fuck?
Very gay Molly just put away $95 into the Zompiggy. Happy Halloween everyone. It's pause command time.
No. No, it can't be. No, it can't be. Hold on. Where's my list? No, it can't be. It can't be. That can't be enough for the pause command. No way. Where the fuck? Oh. Fuck. Fuck. Hold on. Hold on. God fucking damn it. God fucking damn it. Alright. Alright. Fine. 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 Oh. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on, I know how to do this. It just takes a second. There. 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 Are you happy? Are you happy? You fucking monster. You little bitch. gonna be called out every time I fucking pause to go on a tangent now. Extremely. Every fucking time. What a weird command to have added. But you know what, Molly? Thank you for the $95, and also I appreciate your commitment to the bit. I really appreciate you going like, I will have this command if it fucking bankrupts me. No, at some point I'm gonna have to just put my foot down and be like, no, you can't track that, because half the chat will just be fucking commands. Won't even be any discussion happening. It'll just be commands. Can't have that. I don't see a problem with that. I do! Want a conducive chat environment. Sold both my kidneys to get that pause command? Oh, okay. I hope you kept the receipts. Implying you can just buy back your kidneys.
You have no idea how badly you're screwed. It's gonna be a blast to watch you find out. Wanna get hit by those?
You're throwing fucking darkness grenades at me. You probably could. I don't think you could get a refund on your kidneys. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but unless you do it pretty much immediately after, I think once you take an organ out, you can't really put it back in. Even if you like put it on ice or whatever, if you don't do it within like the same day, more or less, you're kind of fucked. You can't go back a week later and be like, yeah, I think I want my kidney back. Sorry, even if they give you the money back, you can't put it back in. Oh, hi, Mr. Scratch. Can I get in-store credit?
Wait.
Can I just say, I'm a really big fan of Alan's dodge, because it's so, like, real. You know what I mean? I'm a really big fan of Alan's dodge, because it's not like a dodge roll or some practice thing. It's just like, ah, fuck! Ah, Jesus! Stop it! Ah! It's just, it's, you know, it's like a really, it's a real dodge, like a real thing a person would do. It's just like, ah, fuck! Stop! It makes all the moments that you dodge something look really cool.
No, don't. Oh.
Like when I dodged that car just there, it looked cool.
Did you help me?
Looks like you're feeling better now.
Yes, I am. Thank you so much. I don't know what happened. There was this guy.
Before you say anything, I know I look like him, but I'm not.
Don't worry. You just don't feel anything.
Dog who sees a rolled up newspaper kind of dodge. Do you think Alan Wake would be a puppy boy if he had a fursona? I think he would be like a Great Dane or something, you know? He'd be kind of like a like not a golden retriever that's too happy, but like a pretty like kind of like generic big dog, you know?
That sounds about right.
He'd be just kind of a sad looking big dog, kind of shaggy.
Here.
Thanks.
I'm just glad you showed
I think he would be a puppy boy
He
though.
said he'd be back after he'd arranged for some security.
Like I think if you made him into an animal, he'd be a puppy. Greyhound? Ooh, yeah.
Supposed to open tomorrow.
Wait, hold on. Let me make sure I know what a greyhound looks like.
My name's Serena Valdivia.
Alan Wake.
Holy shit, it is you. I mean, I've seen you on the big screen. I know your wife.
You know Alice? Wait. Big screen.
Yeah, we have a film from her here. What the hell happened to you?
Yeah, no, he'd be a greyhound. No, you're right. You're right. You're right. He'd be a greyhound. That's like the Scooby-Doo dog. He'd be a greyhound. You're absolutely right.
Getting back to Alice.
Oh, God, yeah, sorry. It's quite a coincidence that you're here. She made this short film. I mean, she shot it years ago. You're in it. It's a part of the exhibition.
I'm in a film?
Yeah, it's like... I mean, it's just footage she shot of you at some point, but she turned it into this thing.
Some bioluminescent fish. That would be kind of cool, actually.
Because, you know, you're supposed to be dead. Or something.
Uh-huh.
God, that makes me want to make an Alan Wake style game where you do have like a bioluminescent fish.
Okay, I guess, all things considered.
Or you are a bioluminescent fish.
You're really
But you have to like eat things to make, that's like how you maintain your battery.
Who knows what happened to you? But there are people who say they've seen you.
That wasn't me. He just looks the same. Like, you know.
Also, I feel like this might be confusing some of chat.
The thought of him makes me...
Oh God! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I didn't mean to blind you. I pressed the wrong button when I grabbed my controller. I'm so sorry, ma'am. I'm so sorry.
I hope you can stop him.
Sorry about your ears and eyesight. They'll come back in 10 minutes. Think fast, chuckle nuts. Anyway, I feel like some of you are probably might be a little confused by this because she's talking about like Alan's wife and stuff like that. Where I am right now is not the real world. I'm still in the dark place. I'm like in an episode of Night Springs. I'm in the dark place, but you know, in the Night Springs is based on our world, right? So the people inside this recreation think that it is the real world. But I'm not actually in the real world. I'm still stuck in Cauldron Lake. I just want to clear that up because I remember the first time I played, I was like, well, why are they talking about it like this is the real world? Like, what's going on?
That's the security system? I guess it was too much to hope for in the long.
I know you're probably confused. Throws a flashbang at you. Sorry, and just runs away. Bye, Belle. Your flashlight comes back so fast in this, and it's so appreciated. We're in the Night Springs, inside the darkness, inside the lake. Yes. And what Alan is doing is essentially writing it, like he's writing an episode of Night Springs to see if it will let him escape the lake. This is one of Alan's escape attempts, essentially. This is one of his attempts to try to escape the lake, and probably an early one.
Can feel the fragment of the signal in his pocket, the weapon that can change what will be. It's incomplete, but it's all he has.
Hi, Death Rally. Late at night, the summer was almost over. Match scene to manuscript page.
hell? This isn't going right. You've been up to something, haven't you? Too bad.
All right, chat, ready for the main gimmick?
Good. I'm a better you than you ever will be, and I've got all the time in the world. Everything you've got's going to be mine. Your life. Your wife!
Your wife!
What are you gonna do about it? The sun's never coming up now. I can keep this up forever. Show yourself! Whatever you say, buddy.
All right, chat, here's the main gimmick of this game. Guess what, bitches?
The rush of darkness is unstoppable. Time itself twists and tears, sweeping the champion of light back with its dark currents.
That's right, bitches, we're on level 1 again. It's a time loop. We have to figure out how to break out of it.
A maze that loops back into itself.
I'm here again. He sent me back.
But this time we know what to do, so we can go a lot faster. So you have to do 2 time loops. You have to, well, 3 initially. You do the original one, then you do 1 time loop, then you do 1 more, and then you finally end. Just like Madoka.
Birds again.
Oh yeah, the birds are like weird people now. They're like people that can turn into birds, which honestly is a lot better of an enemy. I'm gonna be real with you. But yeah, that's how they made this 3-level game into a 3-hour game, as opposed to an hour and a half. Is that you loop back around a few times. Things obviously change, like you get new enemies like this, but and Alan is like, you know, aware that he's in a time loop and is trying to break out of it. But pretty clever, if you don't mind me saying. I think it's pretty clever to turn your game into a time loop like that, so you can keep re-looping the same levels. Hate those crow enemies. I like these a lot more than the base ones. The base crows in the first game fucking suck. These things are at least easy to kill because they have a central body you can shoot. SMG.
Emma? You here?
I don't remember if she knows she's in a time loop.
Wow, it is you. I guess all of it really happened.
I guess that answers that.
Kind of. I felt weird all day, like I could almost remember a dream I had, and then just before sunset, I remembered the page.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go get those things again.
Not all of them. I went out and got them.
See, she's helping.
I felt stupid at first, but then it was getting dark, and those things started showing up, and one of them made off with the battery. It ran into the.
This is the other reason it doesn't take as long.
There's no way I was gonna follow him in there. Sorry.
It's good you didn't. You should be careful. I mean, really careful.
Yeah, I kind of remember something. Something bad happened to me, didn't it?
Forget it. It doesn't have to happen again, okay? Just do what I say.
Yeah, okay. God, this is too weird. Am I going crazy here? Just go get that battery.
Try to stay calm. You're perfectly sane. We're caught in a time loop. That's why this is happening again.
I believe you. God, I feel like I might just lose it any second now. How come you're not freaking out over this?
I'm experienced.
Because on my personal weird shit-o-meter, this just doesn't rate.
Look, I know something happened to me before.
You're gonna be okay if you just keep cool, okay? Thank Thanks for getting this stuff for me. It's a big help.
I hope so. Are you gonna make everything blow up at the oil field again?
I have to.
Well, whatever the hell else you might be, at least you're not boring.
Yeah, you're very sane.
That'll save time.
I promise, ma'am, I promise you are incredibly sane. We are in a time loop.
Okay. So this chick just...
Oh, fuck, it's Rose! From the first game.
I know. They all say that, right? And she's giving me the eye. So I make a couple of moves. We have a couple of drinks. And then things start happening. But I say I have to go to the bathroom first. Uh-oh, right? She's got no idea. Watch this. This is gonna be priceless.
No, don't hurt Rose. I like her. She's just a cute, like, teenager who likes my books. He's having so much fun. He's having so much fun playing this role.
That's nice.
I thought you'd like that. Are you tense? You feel a little tense.
Maybe a little.
What are they watching? Night Springs.
Yeah?
Don't worry. It's improving real fast.
Yeah.
Hey, don't stop. It's just getting good.
Watch this.
He's fucking making fun of her death noises.
Did you see that? Oh man, did you see her? Boom!
That might not be Rose, actually, now that I look at it. Yeah, they're watching Night Springs. So do you see now, chat, why I said he's very American Psycho? Why I said Mr. Scratch is very American Psycho? I kind of want to see somebody do like a deep fake thing where they just put that guy's face, like they put Alan Wake's face model on, like, okay, deep fake idea, right? Take Alan Wake's face model and put it on, this is the only ethical use of deepfake. Take Alan Wake's face model, put it on the American Psycho Christian Bale, right? And then put it on Jared Leto, who he kills in that scene. So he's just attacking himself, like they're both just him. And then do the axe murder scene. Get a reservation at Dorsia now, you fucking bastard. This would be good. This would be a good use. Hello, Spitters. I'm not even gonna bother to kill you, Spitters. Here. Goodbye, Spitters. Have you guys ever seen the deepfake edit of that put Germa on Christian Bale and Vinny Vinesauce on Jared Leto? It's actually like scarily good.
Found the battery.
Okay, I'll charge it. Here, try not to get...
Hold on, don't do a pause, don't do a pause, don't do a pause. Hold on, I just realized I need to do something to the pause command. Don't do it. Don't do it. Seriously, don't. I need to do a thing to it. Okay, now you can. I had to add a cooldown so that multiple people didn't do it at once and tried to like add like 7 at once. Although Technically, that wasn't a pause.
I'm gonna take care of this.
Technically,
What if I just...
Okay, this is a pause, but whatever. Hold on. Hold on, I need to show you guys this. I need you to see this. Jesus fucking Christ, YouTube. Calm down. You're pathetic.
You stay here with me, please?
I'm sorry, but if I don't deal with this, no one else will.
Yeah, I guess. It's just that this is getting really creepy. I believe this is real, but I don't understand.
In 2016, they released this, Bottomless Pit, the most accomplished album. I think their undisputed masterpiece is Giving Bad People Good Ideas. A song so catchy, most people probably don't listen to the lyrics. But they should, because it's not just about the bad people of this world and surveillance, it's also a personal statement about the band itself. Hey, chat!
The guy who looks like me is the reason this is happening. I caught up with him, but he swept me back here.
Back in time.
The little rant he does about hip to be square is just me before I like go on like an autistic info dump.
I'm working on it. I came prepared, but things got
In 1999, they released this, Half-Life 1, their most accomplished video game to date.
Or whatever it is you do.
A game so fun, most people probably don't think about the subtle horror, but they should. And then me axe murdering you is just me like pausing whatever we're doing for like fucking 2 hours so I can rant about how much I love this thing. I never told you have a really good singing voice? No, I don't. What the heck? I don't know how to sing. Try streaming on YouTube now, you fucking stupid bastard! I am unloading, brother. He ranting after the murder? Yes. Hannah, you just sound like somebody who's listening to the catchy song and not the lyrics. It's really nice that the girl helps you, so all you have to do is go get the battery. Alan Wake, get automatic weapon. What, this song? I don't know what this song even is, but I really like it. Is it by Poets of the Fall? Because that's who Remedy likes to use for their shit, so. This is Caspian? Oh, I thought that was the name of the song. Oh, okay, sorry. I thought Casabian? I don't know. I thought it was the name of the song. The fuck? Calm down. Dick? Casabian? Lasabian? I love Lasabians. I'm one of those. Haha, I do that. maybe fucking 39 minutes of Halloween left for you. My ass has 6 more hours.
Just keep your head down.
I am unloading. Just like I did in your mom last night. Sorry.
It's okay. It's safe now.
Ooh, I'm cooming. Ooh, I'm cooming.
I got a really bad feeling about all of this.
I'm gonna need those keys to the diner now. There's a motel key there that I have to get.
Oh, hey, you don't have to do that. I have the motel master key. I work for the same company, you know. What's at the motel?
Well, there's a dead guy. He's got something I need to get into the Mount Redtooth Observatory.
God, that's awful. Hey, you wanted to know about the guy who looked like you, didn't you?
The last time you said he had a party, but you didn't go.
No, that's not true. I did go. It was really great at first, and then I didn't see it myself, but I hear he turned nasty. He hurt a bunch of guys pretty bad, and there was this girl, she died. But I didn't hear about that until afterwards. I thought that he was so charming.
And then he went to the diner.
Halloween's never over as long as you're here.
I wasn't involved with that at all. I don't know what happened.
Fine. I need to check out these motel rooms. In the meantime, you stay here, okay? I'm serious. Keep the lights on and stay here.
Yeah, okay. You got it.
It's nice that you're only in this level for about 10 minutes now because of her helping you.
The memory of her own fate haunts Emma Sloan and fills her with dread. This time, she does as she's told. It's not enough to save her.
Oh, she's gonna be pissed at me later. If we time loop again, she's gonna be like, what the fuck? Thought you said you would save me, dickhead. And you're right, baby girl, I did. I'm sorry.
It's said that
Yeah,
no
everyone
one
remembers the
knows
time
what
loop.
future might bring, but for this man, it's no longer entirely true. A weaker man might simply give up, but the champion of light is an expert on destiny. Sometimes the puppet and puppeteer can be one and the same.
No, they can't, stupid. Those are different things. What are you, fucking stupid? Idiot? Stupid fucking idiot, moron, stupid. Worthless, unintelligent piece of shit. You don't know nothing,
Mount
idiot.
Redtooth, its top littered with
Sorry.
man-made eyes that stare into the endless depths of space.
Which is your fave holiday? Halloween, Christmas, or Clone Fuck Friday? It's Halloween. It's always Halloween.
Pick out a message from the ether.
My favorite what do you call it? Favorite holiday will always be Halloween, and my second favorite holiday will always be Thanksgiving, which I know all of the reasons Thanksgiving sucks, like history-wise, and I know like why it's bad and stuff like that. I'm not gonna like defend it. I just have a lot of really good childhood memories of Thanksgiving, and you know, it's right in that trifecta of months that it's all really nice. Like, you have Halloween, which is awesome, you have Christmas, which is awesome, and then you have Thanksgiving where you get to eat like really awesome food. So like, I have a lot of really nice memories of Thanksgiving, so I really like it, but I'm not gonna like say it's a good holiday. I mean, so this is cringe of me, and I know it's weird and stupid, but frankly, as somebody who really likes Thanksgiving and as somebody who, you know, wants to not like, you know, support the tragedies and things that have happened on Thanksgiving, I just like to think of Thanksgiving instead as like an Aphrodite based harvest festival. Like, I don't call it Thanksgiving in my head. It's you know, Aphrodisia, which is Aphrodisia was a holiday that took place around autumn in like ancient Greece. So to me, it's not Thanksgiving, it's Aphrodisia, which is a harvest festival. I just don't sacrifice a goat or a dove.
It really matters to me. Caller, you're on the air. You suck, Eddie! Did you know that this is my dream job? True fact.
Wow, that guy was a dick. Why not? I don't want to hurt an animal. I don't think they need that. They don't need me to hurt them. They're just little guys. Oh. Manuscript.
When Dr. Rachel Meadows got the call from Michael, telling her to hurry to the observatory, she didn't waste any time. It had been a nice party. She'd had a good time, but her social life would always play second fiddle to the mysteries of space. Michael never showed up, of course. He pulled over at the wrong rest stop. She never even thought about him at the time. The phenomenon in the sky above her was too fascinating.
But yeah, as cringe as it is, especially because I'm like a white American and I'm not actually like Greek or anything, but as cringe as it is, I do actually genuinely worship Aphrodite, so I consider Thanksgiving to just, you know, I mentally control F replace it with Aphrodisia to make it less bad. Not that that's really how it works, but it makes me feel better about it.
There are places where our world is worn thin, and another reality brushes against ours. One such site is Cauldron Lake near Bright Falls, Washington. But there are others. That other reality is dark, vast, and malleable, always in flux. In its depths dwell vast forces and alien energies. They're dangerous. But in one of these places, if you know how, you can channel the power of that place and use it to shape reality.
I don't know if Violet's here, but that's another one of the reasons I was telling her that, like, the games explicitly say that he creates reality rather than, like, influences it. How did I miss these last time?
The darkness rose from the depths of Cauldron Lake and took Alice. It needed words. It needed me to write its way into our world. She was leverage, a hostage. I complied, but with a twist. I put in a loophole that gave me a chance to fight back. I was hunted by shadowy enemies, but I faced the darkness. I fought it with light. I drove it back. I saved Alice, but it came with a cost. I was trapped in the dark place below Cauldron Lake.
I like how it just lets you immediately go get the thing you need rather than having to go to the telescope first and find out. Like, this is something I think is really cool about this game. Is that, like, since you're in a time loop, it doesn't fuck around. It's not like, it doesn't like make you go through the exact same actions over and over again because you're the only one who knows it's a time loop. Everybody knows, so everybody's like, yeah, let's speed this along. Come on, come on. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, we can't, we don't know what's going on. Ooh, can you go do this thing you did again, the same thing 3 times? It's just like, nope, you already know what to do. Let's speed it along. Come on. I know people who weren't ethnically Greek celebrated Hellenistic, you know, pagan rituals and stuff like that. Like, I know that, I just still feel bad about it anyway. Land, you stupid sons of bitches.
Stories come naturally to us. We can't help it. There are many different worlds, many competing realities within our heads, fueled by books, television, even barely remembered childhood tales. There's an endless supply of fictional concepts more familiar to us than anything or anyone real. We have a far greater connection to the fictional characters we know and love than the random people we pass on the street. Our destinies and inspirations are shaped by lies, myths, and fables.
True. I actually that's why I consider video games and like movies and stuff really important, because they are the modern day fables around the campfire that shape who we are. But also like I know that like modern day like paganism and stuff like that. I know all of these things are like fine and etc. etc. I know all of that stuff. I just feel bad because ultimately at the end of the day, I'm still just like a white girl. I'm a white girl from America, and I don't want to like step on a culture that isn't mine or anything, which is why like I do a lot of research to be respectful and shit like that. But at the end of the day, I don't want to step on a culture that isn't mine. I don't want to like, you know, I don't want to be like do something shitty just because I grew up really liking, you know, myths and stuff, and those are really important to me. So I try to be as like respectful as possible and stuff like that.
I know what you're thinking. Evil
You're American? Yeah, no shit.
supernatural powers.
Why? Mistakes.
But most of the time, I just like to keep things basic. I want you to understand that. Like this. Need to get your hands dirty? No batteries, no moving parts.
Good night, Chloe. Thanks for being here, and happy Halloween.
You can depend on. It's a classic. Speaking of classics, you need to be careful with this one, though. If the victim suddenly twists, you might end up cutting yourself. It's not really a workhorse, but I'm a sucker for this style.
I love this. I love Mr. Scratch just autistically info dumping about his murder weapons.
Slip-resistant grip. Believe me, you really want that traction once you're wrist deep in somebody. The blade's stiff enough so it won't open by accident in your pocket, but it's still really easy to open with just one hand. Now that's a big thing for me. I know what you're thinking. It's too big, too heavy. But sometimes you just need the extra oomph. If you're talking intimidation, this is gonna do the job. Also great for dismemberings and whatnot. You know, the messy jobs. I can't tell you how many things I've MacGyvered with this stuff. Okay, now guns. Not a big fan. I mean, how are you supposed to really connect with somebody with a bullet?
No, yeah, you're fine, Moonlight.
I want you to understand that.
I support your blood sacrifice to Nyx.
What I do. We can't both be worthless hacks, can we?
God, he's having so much fun. I know I've said this every time he's on screen, but you can just see it. It's so good. He's so excited. Okay, come on. The Crystal Girl was faster on the upkeep than you were. Come on.
All right, let's get it installed.
Why was the other girl faster on the upkeep than you? Come on.
I think we can give this a go, although I have this strange feeling that something will
Don't
go
start
wrong.
it up yet. There's a problem with the coolant system.
Yes, that's right. I remember. All right, let me think. If they're sabotaging it, they'll be at the primary coolant pipe outside.
I should get ammo.
If you can secure it, we should be ready to pick up the signal. That is why you're here, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I'll take care of it.
Before you go, if you have the time, I'd appreciate if you came up here and explained a few things. All of this is very strange to me.
All right, fine. I'll explain it to you. I'm grill. All right, can I cook a hamburger on you? A nice little hamburger steak?
Hello.
I don't quite know what's going on, but I seem to remember having had this encounter before.
It's not deja vu, Doctor. This has happened before. We're caught in a time loop.
That's utterly insane. How could that be?
I can't really explain it. I suppose I could call it magic.
I don't believe in magic.
Neither do I, but I can't argue with what I've experienced. Listen, what matters now is the signal. The last time we only caught a part of it. I need the rest of it. Whether you believe me or not, you want to look into this as much as I do, right?
Yes. All right.
I realize that you have trouble believing this.
That's an understatement. I can't deny that what you say resonates with me on some level I don't pretend to understand. But for all I know, I'm simply delusional.
But it's not just you. I've experienced the same thing as you. Doesn't that prove something, at least?
Maybe. On the other hand, given your appearance, and the fact that you're trying to convince me that I'm not insane, perhaps you're merely a hallucination that accompanies my delusions.
You're not having a psychotic episode, Doctor. For what it's worth, I'm a skeptic by nature. I completely understand your reluctance to believe me.
There are people caught so deep in their psychosis that they retroactively manufacture memories and beliefs that conform to the situation at hand.
You think
Sure,
that's you, Doctor?
But you have to stop second-guessing yourself at some point, if you want to get something done.
God, playing games like this just makes me want to make games again. I could make a little game like this. I bet you I could make a game like this, like a little third-person shooter, little 3-hour, arcade-style third-person shooter in especially if I did in Unity. If I did it in Godot, which is what I'd want to do it in, probably take me a little longer. But especially if I did it in Unity, which I already know how to make games in, but I could make it in 2 weeks, and that's with a bunch of polish. But I could finish a very basic rough outline of the game in a week. Making games is hard, but when you make something small scale like this and you keep it small scale, it's really not. Okay. I'm just not going to read these because I would like to not spend all day on this. We're only 2 hours in, but... Area games makes me excited. I mean, I probably won't be doing them anytime soon, but I would like to. I do like making games. I do. 2-week break, we should do a graveyard game jam. There aren't really a lot of game devs in my community is the problem. I would unironically host if I could get people in here to try making a game and show them how easy it is, I would unironically host a game jam in my server to see if people would do it, 48-hour game jam or something. But problem is I don't think anybody would actually be interested in doing that. You could make a Twine game if you wanted, if you're a writer. mean, I have thought about as a method of like, do you think it could be a pen and paper game? Yeah, because I would want to play it on stream, and that wouldn't really be as easy. I have
The light, am I correct? You should be able to turn on the lights and secure the area that way.
Doctor, can you hear me? I think we're good to go.
All right. I'll start looking for the signal.
Wow, wait, what? Why did I just get a Steam achievement? I've beaten this before. What? Weird. You fucking dick.
I guess they didn't like that.
Anyway, as a means of streaming game development, like, to you guys, I have thought that it might be fun to enter a game jam, something like to, like, make little hobby games on my own again. And then, I thought that it would be fun to maybe, like, enter a game jam and stream myself making a game. Just as, like, a sort of one-off, like, just, like, a cool thing. You guys could help me come up with the ideas, and we'd have the inherent, like, time crunch and stuff. I think it could be a fun stream. I'd want to get more familiar with Godot before I ever did anything like that, though. Because I know how to use Unity, but I would really like to learn how to use Godot. Fucking dick. Stop that. Pick up the Godot guide bundle on the Humble bundle. No, is it still there? Did I miss it? God damn it. I didn't know that was a thing. Nobody told me about that. Probably. Well, can you go check? As in you probably missed it? Oh, okay, cool.
Please, come up here.
I mean, what was in it? It might not be resources I need.
You find the signal?
Yes, I don't think it's quite the same thing we had, the last time. Still, we're definitely picking it up.
Are we getting the complete signal now?
I'm afraid not. Take a look at it yourself. I'm printing out a hard copy now. I'd like to ask you a question or two before that, though, if you don't mind.
What's on your mind, Doctor?
Most people would find these events extremely disturbing, provided that they survive these creatures, that is. You seem to be quite adept at
Look at
dealing
him
with
munching on
situations.
that fucking
Why is
soap.
that?
Yes, I was involved in... It's a complex story. I was in this small town, and a horrible thing from another dimension kidnapped my wife and manipulated me into writing this horror story that came true. I learned to fight it with light, and I managed to contain it and free my wife. But I was trapped in its world.
Are you serious?
Absolutely. So, I'm used to reality working in strange or even impossible ways. And I fought these things, not exactly like this, but close enough for a good while now. Of course, I have certain advantages.
I've considered, by the way, chat, I've considered
Was there anything
getting
else?
a whole new set of emotes that are Zilk instead of me.
At the risk of sounding like a lunatic,
I do like the emotes of me. I would probably keep both of them, but I don't know. I really want like a whole like emote set that's like Zilk instead.
I'm not. I'm a writer.
October 19th? God
And under
fucking
certain
damn it.
conditions,
What was in
I
it? Can you send it to
For
me?
lack of a better word, rewrite reality. Change things.
That's absurd.
But it works.
Assuming I believe this, why don't you simply, I don't know, write yourself some superpowers?
It's not quite that simple. You need to follow certain laws of drama, I suppose. You need to think about consistency and symbolism. Often what you write isn't anywhere near as important as what you imply. There are things out there that will take advantage of your mistakes.
Yep, no plot
Do you
holes.
really believe in this?
Don't look at me like that. You've experienced some of this yourself.
I will gladly admit that something exceedingly strange is going on. But this idea that you're somehow altering reality with your writing is ridiculous. You're essentially saying you're controlling my actions. Leaving aside the rational arguments against this, what gives you the right?
Well, it's more like having a destiny. A path you're on. You're not aware of it, but there it is. If somebody changes it, what difference does it make? It's what every writer does. If you write something that affects one of the characters, they don't really know about that.
I'm not a character. Are you saying that it's all right to take advantage of someone if they aren't aware of it?
Look, all I meant was that if you're genuinely making all your own decisions, and those decisions lead to whatever destiny you have, what practical difference does it make?
I suppose that depends on whether our destinies are determined by things like physics and probabilities, or natural reality, which is presumably neutral and impartial, or by some kind of an intelligence. If it's the latter, that intelligence makes choices based on some criteria. If we suffer as a result of those choices, there's a moral and ethical element involved.
Shut the
regardless
fuck
of
up.
whether we're aware of its manipulations. Wouldn't you agree?
You're taking this very well. I thought you'd be hangry.
I suppose I would be if I thought you could actually do this.
I'm gonna put a bullet in the back of your head. Yeah, she's right. I'm just not here to get all philosophical. Fucking cunt. No, I do too.
Another signal fragment. The message is still not complete, but it's another piece of the weapon he has built against his adversary. Mere words on a piece of paper, but in the right hands, they will hold back the darkness.
Drive-in theater time.
The last time the man came to the drive-in, it did not end well. He hopes to avoid that fate this time. He hopes that what he has brought with him to this place is enough.
The Mexican handoff. Samurai versus Conquistador 2. Return of the Conquistador. So true, brother.
Ugh. Serena's probably out of her mind again. But I'm gonna need that key so I can get the power back on.
You again?
I'm really just here to get the keys so I can get the power back on.
Do you want to hold me down? It's okay. I know you like that.
Yeah, I'll just grab the keys.
I could be like your wife. Little wifey. Waiting at home for hubby. Or you could be the mailman. Or the neighbor.
Yeah, but I don't like
I'm
Unreal.
already married to someone who isn't crazy, thanks. I'm just gonna go and get the power back on.
Aww.
Look, I may or may not be back. I have the access code to the booth already, so once the power is on...
You should totally come see me. We could have fun. You know.
We'll see how it goes.
He's not even slightly tempted by this lady. My man is a wife guy till the
You
end.
should sit down or something. Try to stay calm.
I don't want to be calm. I want to be nasty. I want to be nasty with you.
Not even remotely
Okay.
tempted.
Do anything you want. You can use my...
Let's not even go there. I was hoping that you'd remember more, but I guess that was too much to ask.
Brother, I'd be going buck wild.
I was about to do the weather, but I see we have a caller. Hey, you're on the air with Eddie. What's up?
Hey, Eddie, it's Ricky. You talked about fate before. You think about that a lot?
Not a lot, to be honest, but I take it you do.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Any conclusions you'd care to share, Ricky?
Well, we've got free will, right? That's in the Bible and everything.
Yeah, right, sure.
So free will, right? Am I right? I mean, if we can do what we want, how can there be fate? I mean, you don't know what's gonna happen next, so there's no fate. There's just people doing stuff.
Well, I don't know, Ricky. I don't suppose you have considered the possibility that we're all here in the service of a greater purpose.
Incomprehensible to us. And that what we take to be freedom is nothing more than the move.
He's turning into the Night Springs guy.
Some cosmic chessboard. Limited in scope. Subject to the whims of unseen players.
Existing only for their entertainment.
That was so cool.
Or perhaps we're just a twisted
reflection
of actual events that can happen elsewhere. Could it be that such is life in Night Springs?
God, why didn't they remaster this?
Food for thought, Ricky. Food for thought.
This game's good. Why didn't they remaster this? It's fun. It's a good time. There's a lot of little bits of lore in it.
Are you getting it yet, genius?
I think I know why. I think I know the real answer. Double barrel shotgun instead of the Uzi? Let's go, brother. Why is that? Because I don't think the ending would have worked. You'll see. The ending is by no means bad or anything, but... Oh, this thing fucks. Oh, hey, we missed this TV last time. God damn it. I knew there was a third TV we missed.
I want to talk about Alice. Just look at her. She's really beautiful, isn't she? Your wife? Well, our wife, really. Just my wife soon. Don't worry. I'm not gonna treat her like the others. She's special. If I wanted her dead, she would be. I've been around for a while now. So talented. You haven't seen her new work, of course. Oh, it takes my breath away. Really, she's that good. Did you know that I've got a wedding ring, too? We're that similar. She's seen me a couple times, you know? I've let her catch glimpses. She thinks she's imagining things, of course. She thinks you're dead. It might as well be. I mean, even if you manage to keep surviving, you'll be in my trap forever. So I'll go to her. It'll be an amazing moment. Oh my God, you're alive. I'll be the good, loving husband for as long as I can stand it. She'll love it. And then, one day, somehow, it'll happen. Maybe I'll slip up, she spots something, or maybe she just starts running her mouth. And then, I'll do it. It's gonna be sweet.
Bastard. Bastard of a man.
My darling wife.
Wait, it's only the assault rifle that moves you back. I think? Wait, no, it's not. No, it's definitely not. Never mind. That's right, we'll kill your wife. With my cock. Look directly at my penis and say hello. What the hell? Is that a fucking shack over there? Can I even get over there? Oh, hey, there's the observatory up there. I didn't know this was over here. Probably a manuscript page over in the other area, too. I'm not ignoring the first attempt. Everybody make fun of Marissa for fucking it up the first time. Everybody point and laugh. Marissa fucked it up. Haha. Haha. Oh, I'm kidding. I'm not that mean. I said I'm joking. Excuse you. Hold on. No, no, no. You're not gonna break now. I will restart you, goddammit.
Pog Online Poggers.
Okay, there we go. Chat is united and stands strong. Okay, what if I tell chat they're a good girl, but only if they listen to what I say and make fun of Marissa? Will you resist the temptation of being called a good girl? Are you that strong? Haha, typo. See, there we go. What the fuck? A crossbow? Okay. Damn, so many of you broke instantly. Only basic reverse psychology and Sun shit works on me. It's not like I wanted you to insult Marissa for making a typo or anything. Baka. It's not like that would even make me happy, idiot. Sorry, Marissa, this is Vegas and winner takes all, and baby, I can't stop winning.
Like a little hamster in a wheel. Go ahead and keep running for all the good it'll
Guess I'm stronger than the average chat. No, you're not, Perry. I just didn't go for your throat.
We were promised praise.
You're all very good girls for insulting another chat member for me. There's your praise. There you go. Dorbu might be the strongest chatter here. It's like Dorbu and Moonlily, and I'm sorry, it's really not even close. I mean, technically Balgo is the strongest chatter, but you know, he's one of my best friends and not attracted to me.
Bitches ain't shit. You're all a pack of goddamn hyenas, honestly.
Oh, I see. Jessica, I've made you break. I could do it again. You are pretty strong, though. Why is it like treating me like I've never been through this part of the game when I definitely have? I've beaten this. Broken ever, not even once? Oh, okay. Maybe it was just this? I can't tell. I think I just moved the middle one. You just optimized for making bottoms lose their minds? True. Joey, that's because I don't want to embarrass you too much because you're my partner. I have more respect for you than the average bear. Like, I totally could, and we both know it. Sorry, I just really appreciate the phrase optimized for making bottoms lose their mind. Like I was focus tested in a lab the way they focus test like Mickey Mouse and Ronald McDonald to be good for children, except I'm for bottoms. I was made in a fucking lab. Where's the flirt card? Oh yeah, I'll turn that back on after October. I'm also gonna make a few new cards, including get insulted and get praised.
Hi. Cream Soda Girl says hi.
Speaking of praise, hi Cream Soda Gal.
If you die, you lose. If you quit, you lose. If you make it to the end of the loop, you still lose. Sucker.
Don't those fall into the flirt card? Yeah, but some people have said they want like a non-flirty version of it, just like, hey, you did a good job today or whatever. Be warned though, my insults, well, my insults could just vary between like, my insults, depending on how horny I'm feeling, could just be like, yeah, like positive affirmations or platonic praise. My insults can go between, like, you know, something really hard that, you know, makes you come or whatever, to just like, you're a piece of shit. There you go. That's my insult. Fuck you, you're a piece of shit. No refunds. No, I know, Violet, but also, like, you know. I'm sure there are some people who, like, would like a card where I'm just like, hey, you know what? I'm proud of you. You did a good job today. I'm sure there are some of you who would like a card if you're having, like, a bad day. You just need some non-horny motherly reassurance. Like, I can do that. I'm good at being a mom. There's a reason that I'm like there's a reason that I call myself mommy and everything, and it's not just because it's hot. Like, I also just outright have like a very motherly personality. I'm always like mom or big sister coded. I'm always like a mom friend or like a big sister. So like, you know, I'm sure some of you would like to be like, you know, hey, I had a bad day. I would just like to be told I'm done good or something. That's fair, Joey. Sometimes you just gotta, you just need to be told you're good and that you're doing a good job, you know? And I'm happy to provide that.
He can feel the dead end rushing.
Puts on lab goggles, plays the praise and insult card at the same time. Congrats, you've canceled it out.
He has the weapon.
Here's what you would get instead. You exist and are a person that is breathing. This is a neutral statement about you. There you go. Oh, hi, Tom the Poet. There was a film noir poster visible. The spotlight illuminated the red fire extinguisher. A Gift of Thorns, Alex Casey.
It's not enough.
Well, time loop.
You're trying to be cute, aren't you? What are you up to? It's a waste of time, buddy. You should just lie down and die. Let me take over. This is the only thing you've got coming to you. From here to eternity.
No matter how many times you come back.
Why is he wearing the FNV Benny suit? He's not. He's what? This is just a checkered flannel shirt.
Time folds back on itself. Again, his senses scream as the very impossibility.
One more time loop for fun.
Assaults them. But the champion of light endures.
One more time loop. Once more round. How has it already been 4 hours?
Each time.
I mean, the first hour was just me talking about the new model and stuff, but
another detail falls into place. Now the trap works against the Herald of Darkness.
Now I know how to manipulate it. October is now over. Congratulations, Hannah. Welcome to the first day of No Nut November.
Hillbilly?
Shut up, Alan.
Let's get this bitch started again.
Kyrie, you evil fuck. I'm not the one who decided that No Nut November happens directly after Locktober. Know why? They took your balls. They took your balls in the accident.
Once more with feeling.
I know, I'm sorry. They took your balls. In the accident, you lost them. I know, I'm sorry.
Right on cue, bubbling to the surface from
Oh, I've done that. I was talking about on Marcy's stream about how I signed when one of my tops way back in the day. I signed a contract in blood. Oh, I don't even have to go talk to the lady this time. I just immediately match the script. Everything's already here. Flopsy, did you actually get an Orky? Yes? Well then, yeah, then you can't come, idiot. You can still experience like an orgasm, but you can't come. You can get like vas deferens fluid to come out, but that's about it. Al's awake? I sure hope he is. Didn't know that about Orky? How do you, what?
Stop. Saving Emma.
You have to be joking, right? You guys have to know that about an Orky, right? Where do you think cum comes from? Did we all start believing that pee is stored in the balls unironically? Chat, most of what exists in cum comes from your testicles. What comes from the prostate is called vas deferens fluid. Infertility doesn't mean you can't cum, it just means your cum doesn't do anything. You still make semen, your semen just they're mutated. And like you could be infertile and shoot fat ropes. That has nothing to do with anything.
It's clear now.
Well, art lovers, are you feeling neglected? You shouldn't. You know Eddie Rodman's got love.
Therapy episode, now it's time for sex ed. It's like half of my streams.
Just so I can record an interview for your pleasure. Enjoy. Now, as I'm sure you all know, the annual Night Springs Visual Art Show is coming around again, and that's a big deal for all of us that are in the culture business. If you can call it business. That's a little controversial, I know.
Oh, that's okay. Money makes the world go around, no doubt about it.
And that's one of my guests here at the studio.
Oh hey, it's Serena from the last map.
She's a curator at the Night Springs Gallery of Visual Arts, and she's in charge of the NSVA Film Festival, held this year at the...
I wish there were local film festivals here. Hey, Lynn, are you here?
It's great to be here. And let me just say that it's a wonderful venue.
I say that like I've searched. I haven't. Lynn, are you here?
Here is one of the filmmakers, somebody who's actually primarily known as a renowned photographer, Alice Wake.
Hello.
Alice, I've seen a lot of...
Lynn, will you Google like our area local film festivals or anything like that? Or like local film stuff? I'd love to get involved in a scene like that.
That's not why you're here, right? You actually have a film. That's a little surprising.
For me, too. I really wouldn't be here at all if it weren't for Serena.
You two are friends, I take it?
Yeah, we move in the same circles. So, about a year ago, I heard about all this footage she'd shot, and I got to see some of it, and then I started...
Wait, is this my wife? I missed that.
Because it was really good. I didn't really want to show it.
Oh yeah, that is my wife.
Well, yes, I can understand that. It features your husband, and he's, well...
I stopped paying attention for a second.
He's dead.
I thought he was missing.
It's been 2 years. This sounds awful, but yes, I believe he's dead. Otherwise he would have, well, you know.
Yeah, I understand. Well, hold that thought, and we'll be right back.
I don't know why, and it's probably just me, and it's probably genuinely not true, but like, I feel like it's impossible. I feel like it's impossible to find like local things anymore. Like, how does one find like local film festivals and local like, you know, events and resources and stuff? That shit feels like it just doesn't exist anymore. Everything feels like it's digital now, and like there's no such thing as like local tangible things like that anymore. And it's probably just me not looking. It probably does exist, but it doesn't feel like it does the way it used to. By reading the local paper, I mean, that would make sense. I mean, I don't really give a shit about it being on Facebook. Like, that doesn't really bother me. It's more just like, irregardless of whether it's on Facebook or not, it just feels like it doesn't exist at all. Someone does not live in the world's largest unbroken cornfield. True.
So I've been thinking about Barry. I don't know what to do about him yet. I mean, I'm not going to keep him around, that's for sure. Al? Ugh. Little parasite. Your best friend. Really? That's the best you can do. actually kind of like the guy. He's a plucky little butterball. He plays the clown. That's a hard road to take. But I don't need him sticking.
I just want to get involved in things. I want to like
business.
I want to have like I want to engage in my hobbies outside of just in my home. You know what I mean?
You know he's been hanging out with the sheriff from that shitty little town. They keep in touch. Barry's about the only guy who insists.
Oh hey, Barry and Sarah are still friends.
How about that?
Barry and Sarah from the first game, the cop. They're still friends. That's cute.
I might keep him alive for a while.
Flopsy, if you legitimately can't have orgasms after your orgy, you should go see your doctor. Like, immediately. I'm not joking. I'm not trying to be funny here. You should go talk to your doctor about that. It might be something they can fix, but, like, that's not supposed to happen. Like, you still have many other organs that cause an orgasm to happen. If you're not experiencing them, it could just be a mental block where you're not used to, like, coming without them, but you should legitimately go talk to your doctor. Just an orky full Volvo? I don't know what that is. Oh, you mean, you got a vagina. Okay, I see, sorry. That took me a second. I think? I don't know. Whatever it is, if you can't orgasm, you should go talk to your doctor, period. If you had some kind of surgery and you can't orgasm, you should unironically, very seriously go talk to your doctor. Like, you're supposed to be able to. Fear and hunger is beating my ass, boss. I'm sorry. It is likely something that they can help you with, though. Where's the fucking mechanic? Where's Emma?
Yeah, thanks for saving me again. I'd hate to die before I'm scheduled to be murdered.
I guess I have you to thank for setting everything up at the oil derrick.
Yeah, well, I figured that if we were going to go over this again, we might as well try to be smart about it.
Is it fair to compare Alan Wake's American Nightmare to Stephen King's The Dark Half? I haven't read The Dark Half, but, like, probably.
Okay.
What do you think? I've died twice. I remember.
Good night, Joey. I love you. Mwah.
I don't know what happened.
Kissing you 17 times on the
One
head.
of those, what did you call them? The takers? I think they did something to the power and they got me that way.
I'm sorry.
The takers.
I got the keys from the dead guy in that room. And I'm not handing them over until you do something about this. I'm sick of getting killed.
Fair enough. You seem calmer now.
I tried freaking out.
You're a
didn't
DM? Okay, hold on. God damn it. You guys have to stop. Please. I need to fix that. The fucking... Zil can eat things. Yes. You guys are fucking up my... so I have it currently set to I just set them this way temporarily, but the controls are control 1, 2, and 3, and I'm trying to type, and you keep making my fucking Windows do shit, which is why it keeps inverting. God damn it. Every time you press the buttons, I'm Alt-Tab, so shit happens.
I guess you get used to the craziest stuff.
Good for you.
Plus, I figured I'd take the edge off, you know?
Mm-hmm. Those herbal supplements are pretty good, huh?
Oh, yeah.
She got high as hell.
I wanted to try to explain things to you now since you're calmer, but maybe this isn't the best time after all.
Oh, shit, yeah. Better not get all metaphysical on me now. Seriously, I'm like 2 sentences away from thinking how we could all be like atoms on God's skin or something.
Or figments of somebody's imagination?
Wow. I'm just gonna try to chill out and not think about that or getting murdered or anything, if you're cool with that.
Gotcha.
You get a cheap vibrator for like 20 bucks. I've had one for like that I got for like 20 bucks for a while now, and it has served me very well. Had it for years at this point. Don't have the money? I'm not saying you do. I'm saying when you have the money, you don't have to break the bank. That's my point. I'm not being like, oh, bro, it's only $20. Like, I know that's a lot of money. I'm saying when you have the money, you don't have to break the bank to get something good.
Okay. I really don't think they can get to the power now.
Thank you. That's a relief. Here's the keys that you needed.
Thank you.
Hey, I have to tell you, at the diner, I went there with him. The guy who looks like you, okay? I know I said that I didn't.
Yeah, I figured. Want to talk about what happened at the diner?
There was this guy from the observatory, and he just attacked the poor dude, smashed his face into the tabletop a bunch of times. It was horrible. I didn't know that he was gonna do that. I swear. And I just ran. I just left him there. I didn't even try to help.
There was nothing you could have done. It's not your fault.
Tight ass.
He's dead in that motel room now, so excuse me if I feel pretty shitty about it anyway.
You shouldn't blame yourself.
I just didn't want to get involved. I have this tendency to just drop everything and run. I don't think I'm a bad person, but I didn't even call the cops. I'm such a coward.
Yep,
if you'd
you are.
called the cops, we'd have dead cops. He's not human. Do you understand? It's not your fault.
But I could have tried to stop
I think it
him.
is your fault, actually.
If you had, you'd be dead. You seem
Sure.
to be doing a little better now.
Yeah, I guess it just
You'll have to
got
give me a bit
easier
before I
once
can
got
actually
the
look,
sting
but
off
sure.
my chest. I just feel so guilty about it, especially because I didn't pick up on any of the warning signs. I just really liked hanging out with him, you know? He was smart and charming and funny and hot. The way you could be, I guess.
I guess.
What's the deal with this guy anyway?
Even she's just like,
Looks
damn, you
like
suck.
He uses your name. Why does he do this stuff?
I'm not sure myself. Maybe he's just evil or my dark half. He does a lot of this stuff.
Okay, you know what? I've decided that it is a reference to Stephen King's Dark Half. He literally said maybe he's my dark half. Like,
Could do without the murders in the
that's kind of a common turn of phrase if you're doing something, like if you're doing a story like this, but
I think I'm good now. I hope.
Good luck. If it all goes well, maybe this is the last time we meet like this.
God, wouldn't that be great?
Just keep those lights on, okay?
maybe it's Maybelline. I mean, yeah, the game series is obsessed with Stephen King, yeah. And why wouldn't you be? He's fun. Say that I need you. Are the first two words spoken in the game literally Stephen King? Yes. In Alan Wake 1, yes. The first two words are Stephen King because he's quoting Stephen King. He's like, Stephen King says that, and then he does a quote from Stephen King. But yes, the first two words spoken in the video game Alan Wake are in fact Stephen King. Which is why when people were like, I think this is more like Twin Peaks, I was like, no, it's not.
The fate of
It's not.
individuals hangs in the balance, threatened by the machinations of the Herald of Darkness. And yet, for a moment, the champion of light breathes a little easier. He has saved one life
I hope you guys have enjoyed this, by the way. I was debating whether or not we would play this because I did want to.
I love the part where Alan Wake said Stephen King, and then he Stephen King'd all over them.
So true. I thought that like I wasn't sure about starting with this because, you know, it's a little long. Like 3 hours isn't that long, but it's long enough, right? And I was like, I don't know, maybe we should just get directly into Alan Wake 2. But like, I really feel like this teaches you a lot more about Scratch to the point that it's kind of like required.
The man feels anticipation.
I don't know. I hope watching this has been fun. I know it's like an older, kind of weird arcade game, but
he knows he will have what he needs.
This is the final run through, so.
Hello, I was expecting you. I've already taken care of the imaging array, but you should still look into securing the primary coolant flow. With some luck, you may be able to light the area before these things even show up.
Hi, Vala. Well, yeah, Alan Wake 2 is not going to take the full 24 hours. I already know that.
Thanks for tuning in for the second part of our interview with Serena Valdivia and award-winning photographer Alice Wake. Now, Alice, we were talking about your husband, Alan Wake. Is that a sore subject for you?
Well, a little bit. Of course it is. The way I see it, we had our good times and our bad times, and on the whole, we had a lot of good times. He really made me happy. I don't mind being reminded of him.
So you're over him?
I don't know if I'll ever be that, entirely. I still think about him every day, literally. I still find myself hoping for... Well, sometimes I think I see him just standing somewhere, watching me. I think most people who lose someone they love experience things like that. But on the whole, I'm doing all right. 2 years is a long time to adjust, and I'm not really the type to wallow in the negative.
Well, I know there are a lot of stories.
Can't believe it's already been 2 years.
Seem to have something of a wild streak.
That's not really what our show is about, though. Look, all that stuff really gets blown out of proportion. He had his problems, but it's really frustrating for me because people like to talk. They love to tell these crazy stories, and they never really knew him at all.
Well, the character he created, Alex Casey, is a household name. The books still continue to sell. There's been talk of a TV series, a movie, a video game. Must be nice to know that his work is still being appreciated by so many readers.
Yes, of course.
Is there a Max Payne movie? I actually don't know.
That to Alan's agent.
That would be Barry Wheeler. Actually, I just interviewed him. He's currently in the music business.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also Alan's best friend. Do you two keep in touch? Or?
We talk regularly. Like I said, he handles the business side.
I think we should talk about her film.
Yes, of course, you're right. I'm Eddie Rodman, talking to Alice Wake and Serena Valdivia, and we'll be right back.
I just think, especially after Quantum Break, where they just directed their own actual honest-to-God TV show, I genuinely think that Remedy should just be allowed to make a movie or like a TV show or something. Like, all their stuff is so cinematic and clearly like inspired by cinema. Just let them do it. They're like fucking Kojima. They clearly want to so badly. Just let them. Does Bruce Willis play Max Payne? Because otherwise it would be bad. Mark Wahlberg? Yeah, he'd be an okay Max Payne. Well, yeah, but they also made but like the fact that they made a live action thing for Alan Wake just shows like how much they desperately want to do live action. Just let them. I think nobody should ever make a movie and the world should be blow up also. No. I think you're wrong and stupid.
Very good. I believe we're ready to look into the sky.
Right there, Doctor.
Bruce Willis is like the American Miku who isn't actually real. I regret to inform you, Bruce Willis is real, and I've met him. And he was a dick to me.
Mama, can I have a different flavor of soap?
No. Are you surprising me? I'm pretty sure I've told this story on stream before. Chad, did I tell you guys about the time I met Bruce Willis? I'm like 99% sure I did. Story time? Okay, well, so basically, one time, when I was working at McDonald's, I don't know if he was in town, if he was in Nebraska for like a movie shoot or a TV show or something. I can't imagine why he would have been in Nebraska. He came through my drive-thru. He ordered something, came through my drive-thru. Just like a Big Mac meal or something, just something basic. I don't remember. It wasn't like anything, you know, like, whoa, holy shit. Just a normal meal. But he comes through and he comes through my drive-thru and gets to my window, and I'm the first window. And the way the store is laid out, the first window is way at the back, so like you're pretty like isolated back there. There's not really anybody else around you, and you're the first person to see the customer in the drive-thru. You see their car on a little machine. Which, by the way, if you don't know that, whenever you order food at a McDonald's and you're in the drive-thru, when you pull up, it takes a picture of your car to show us so that we can match up the car at the window. But just so you know, it takes a picture of you. I've seen some things. It's not a very high resolution picture, and it's in black and white. Depending on the store you're at. Mine was actually in color, but most of the time it's in black and white. It's not a very high resolution photo. It does take a photo of you, though. More than once, I did catch a guy just scratching his nutsack as they pulled up. But anyway. I mean, it's legitimately not like to invade your privacy. It's to make sure that you get your food. Like, I wouldn't think of it as like a privacy invasion. It is like legitimately there for good reason. It's to make sure that when you pull up, we already know what order you are. We don't have to go, okay, so did you have the double cheeseburger, the Big Mac, the Coke? Like, you still do that anyway, but you will usually only be like, so you have the Big Mac meal? Yeah? Okay. Although to be honest, when you get good at it, you don't even need to do that. You take their card and you go on. Anyway, so Bruce Willis comes through and he places an order, and I don't recognize him by voice, partially because the microphone sucks, but also partially because I don't really watch a lot of Bruce Willis movies, so I don't like know his voice that well. Anyway, so he comes up and he comes up to my second window, to the second window, or first window rather, sorry. Comes up to the first window, and I take his cash and I look at him and I go, huh. I take his cash and I pay him out. I close the window, pay him out. There's no name on the card because I was like, is that? So I look, no name on the card. Give it back to him. I look at him, start to close the window. Then I look at him one more time and like, you know, you look a lot like that action movie star. I can't remember his name. You know, he was in Die Hard. That guy. And he looks at me and does that like Bruce. He does like the same smirk he does in like Stylo. He looks at me and was like, huh. And then like a fucking dickhead goes, "Don't quit your fucking day job." And I'm like, excuse me? Okay. And then he goes up to the second window, and immediately I hear people at the front going, "Oh my God, it's Bruce Willis!" I was like, oh, okay. Like immediately I heard people fucking freaking out, and I was like, oh, all right. Sorry, I couldn't remember your name, dickhead. Sorry, the fucking world doesn't revolve around you, cunt. Well, now he has dementia, or now he has like dementia or something. So I feel bad making fun of him now. He's suffering from serious cognitive decline now, so.
It goes a lot deeper than that. There's a lot of you and me. All the best.
Playing as Rob Lowe? No, no. I'm playing as Ilya something. I don't remember his full name.
First, I was just an idea. But they kept telling all those stories about you. You already had that rep. And then you disappeared mysteriously. And then the stories about bad, crazy Alan Wake came true. And here I am. That's the best part, isn't it?
Soda pop vibes? I have no idea what that means. Hi, Jude.
Count on Cauldron Lake.
How are
Just
you?
as real as you are. And I'm the improved version. No fears, no doubt, no weaknesses, no self-deception here. I don't let anything drag me down.
Schlock in the dong on a drive-through camera? Yes. More than once I have caught somebody masturbating.
I know it bothers you that I'm like this. That I use your name, crawl my way into your life. But I only do it because I'm better at being you than you ever were.
Anybody hot? No. Even if they were hot, you're masturbating in a McDonald's drive-through. That, like, you know, kind of ruins your appeal a little, I think. I did not catch anybody getting oral on the drive-through camera. Oh hey, it's the Old God song. I knew this happened somewhere, but I couldn't remember where. Hell yeah, brother. Wow, that was cool.
But I wish these things would stop blatantly violating the laws of physics in my observatory. That's just rude.
Anyway, the angle of the camera really only lets you see the driver's side window and like a little bit of their legs. So I never saw anybody getting head in the drive-through window, but at least twice, somebody came to my drive-through window, and then by the time they were at my drive-through window, not on the camera, but by the time they were actually at my window, they were just getting head, like in that moment, and just made eye contact with me and gave me their card and acted like nothing was happening both times. They were just like, yep, I'm, you know, just getting sucked off casually. Here's my card. Here, I'm paying for my McDouble.
I know
Like,
physicists who would give 15 years of their lives for a chance to experience something like this.
I mean, I worked there for like 5 years, so consider that this is not a super high, you know, like this isn't the thing that happens all the time. And it happened a lot more once I went on the night shift, but... And you get drunk people.
Finally. If all goes well, this should be the last time we go through the loop.
You know, I just realized that I don't have any memory of what happens after you leave. What does that mean?
I don't think it means anything. If everything goes well, you just keep going. I don't show up here like this again. No more bad guys.
Uh-oh.
Things get
After
back
I
to
leave,
normal.
she stops
You're
existing.
right. I'd love the opportunity to look into this in more detail.
Looks like you've accepted the situation.
I'm a pragmatist. If this is a delusion, at least my first psychotic episode is anything but boring. Really, Mr. Wake, at the end of the day, I'm a scientist. I love mysteries. I love not knowing. Whatever else this might be, it's absolutely fascinating. I wonder how far this reaches. Is everybody in the world experiencing this?
Who knows? I think reality's probably pretty fragile right now. Doctor, I can see you're very enthusiastic about this. I'd appreciate a bit of discretion.
Are you suggesting that we should suppress this?
No, you can do what you like, but I want you to leave me out of it.
But surely, with the things you know, the things you've experienced, you can replicate any of these results. We could—
Let me be blunt. If you drag me into this, I'll deny everything. I'll lie like my life depended on it. And writers are damn good liars. Word of advice. This is things man was not meant to know territory. You get into this, chances are you'll open up a door into a world of hurt. Believe me, I know.
I see.
She's like, all right, fine, bitch.
In a strange way, he feels at ease. He is armed with his own words, and when the time comes, they will be enough or they will not. For now, he's content to let the currents take him toward the final confrontation.
Let's go. What moment between the camera and the window did the sexual tension become too much for them to bear? You have to realize almost all of the people who do anything sexual in a McDonald's drive-thru are not doing it because they're horny. They're doing it because we're gonna gross out minimum wage workers.
We return to the drive-in.
They just want to be gross and, like, you know, make a minimum wage worker uncomfortable.
And standing against a power that can pierce time itself, he doesn't show it. The man has his share of weaknesses, perhaps more, but cowardice is not among them.
It's a lot less funny though. Reality is often disappointing. And life is often uninteresting.
Oh, you got yourself a little plan, do you?
Hi, Scratch. Put it in my boy pussy, please. What if it's funny? It's not. It just isn't. Ever. Look, the sexual tension between Alan and Scratch is fucking palpable, dude. Alright, hold on. Cream Soda Gal, is that a girl from Ruby? I feel like I recognize that outfit. It's a good cosplay, though. It's Penny? Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm no Ruby fan, but it's a good cosplay. Penny's one of the better characters, though. Would you fuck your clone? No, I have debilitating self-image issues. Next question. What if your clone was evil? No, I have debilitating self-image issues. Next question. I know what you want from me. No, I don't think I'm very attractive. I'm glad other people do, and I'm not saying I'm not, but I don't feel like I am. I don't feel that way about myself, so no, I probably wouldn't fuck my clone. I think my clone and I would probably jerk each other off just to like see if it like this is gonna sound silly, but it would be an unironic, fully like it would be it would be completely a practice in like science, like just to see how it feels. Like, hey, does it like feel different? Does it change the feeling? Like, what is it like to get jerked off by yourself? You know, like we'd absolutely do that. It would be legitimately a science experiment, but that's about as far as it would go. Did you eat your clone? Probably not. I don't actually know what order of these I need. Oh, I guess it's that. Okay. Kind of just trial and error, it seems. Like, if I was hungry enough and if I was fucking starving, yeah, I'd probably... Just in general, if I was, like, out in the wilderness starving and, like, like, let's say I'm out in the wilderness and, like, I have my clone and we fucking... One of us dies. Yeah, I'd probably eat my clone. To be honest, I have no real conniptions about eating human meat, which, haha, I know, zombie, but, like in a real talk way, I just have no conniption about eating human meat. I don't want to. Like, I'm not, like, going out of my way to, but I'm not, like, it's sacred, I can't. If I'm in a survival situation and there's a dead body or something and I need to survive, like, if, me and Lynn go camping and Lynn dies and, we get stuck and Lynn dies and I have to eat, sorry, I'm eating Lynn. I don't want to. Like, I'm not going to be happy about it. I'm not like, ooh, time to chow down. But, like, food is food. I have to live. I would want Lynn to do the same if I died.
You're never getting out of this, Wake. Never. Don't worry.
Also, like,
your wife and your life.
I bet Lynn tastes great. Lynn is incredibly sweet and nice, which means that Lynn has to taste sweet and nice. What is this? What is this song? Human meat isn't actually bad for us. It's prions that are bad for you, and those are only in the brain. Oh, okay. It's the first time I died. It's prions that are bad for you, and those are only in the brain.
You're never getting out of this, Wake. Never. Don't worry. I'll take care of your wife and your life.
Well, presumably if you cook the meat, it's probably a lot safer, just like any other meat.
I don't know what you think you're doing, but I'll send you right back to the beginning. What? You think whatever it is you're gonna do is gonna make a difference? This'll end up just like before.
Would you eat parts of yourself to survive? Yes, if I had to. That would be my absolute last resort, though. I would eat another person before I'd eat parts of myself. Not just for the obvious reasons, but like, you know, much like losing eyes is one of my biggest fears, just losing body parts in general is a big fear of mine. Losing any kind of like functionality of myself is a big fear of mine. It's just like ladyfingers. Also, to be blunt with you, like, this is something else I have no conniptions about. If somebody could offer me ethically sourced human meat...
Anonymous says, got a finger amputated once. Took
Yeah,
it
like
home
that.
and ate it like a Slim Jim.
If someone somehow offered me ethically sourced human meat, like, say you get your leg chopped off for medical reasons, and then, like, they let you take it home and, like, let you cook it or whatever, which has happened many times, you know, I'd have no problems eating that. Like, I wouldn't, like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to do it, but if a friend was like, hey, do you want to, like, eat the remains of my leg just to see what human meat tastes like? I'd be like, yeah, sure. Well, I know, but I'm just saying, if you could somehow ethically source human meat, I'm not gonna be like, oh, no, that was once a person or whatever. Oh, no, that's too much. That's taboo. I don't give a shit. Adding into my list of post-Orky souvenir ideas, you wouldn't be the first, I regret to inform you. He does not look like Benny Fallout New Vegas. This is a flannel shirt.
Anonymous says, I cooked it and ate it. Tasted okay, like pork but less fat.
Yeah? Guys, it's a flannel shirt. Chat when they see a flannel shirt. Holy shit, is this a Fallout New Vegas reference?
Again, the champion of light enters the final trap. The new reality is almost here. All he needs to do is change the details
The truth
of the
is,
scene.
the game was
push
rigged
it
from the
past
start.
Breaking point, and the rest will snap into place.
I mean, this is how I dress in real life, by the way. How Alan is dressed here is how I dress in real life. I wear like a basic t-shirt, a flannel, and some like skinny jeans.
Drowns in jacuzzi.
No. It's a great look. Summer was almost over. There's a film noir poster available. Goodbye, Thomas the Poet. Hello, A Gift of Thorns from Alex Casey. Spotlight illuminated a red fire extinguisher. Alice's film was in the projector. Well, it wouldn't be worth it unless human. Well, I mean, what do you mean it wouldn't be worth it? Like, what do you have to lose?
Oh, come on, buddy. Why don't you...
I just got the achievement for beating this game, which I already had. Weird.
No! No! You can't do this! All I did was take the things you always wanted and never had the balls to go for. It's my turn now. It's my life. It's my life.
So this is why I wasn't sure if Mr. Scratch is going to be in Alan Wake 2, because he dies here. But hey, look, he turned into the real Alan.
Alan? Is it really you?
It's really me.
It can't be that easy, Alan. You can't write yourself out of the dark place this easy. It can't be this easy, Alan. No way. I know, it's so cool.
A woman, a man, two lovers, held apart for far too long, enveloped in the light of a glorious dawn.
That's not how Night Springs episodes end.
He's home at last. Are these actual events, or merely a dream? A memory, or a glimpse of what is to come? One thing is certain. This scene takes place in another time, and another place, far, far away.
From Night Springs. God, I love Night Springs. God, I love this game. I love Alan Wake. I love the fucking Remedy-verse. Anyway, that's Alan Wake's American Nightmare. I think I skipped a thing at the end, but at the end of the credits, the reason that I wasn't sure is because it does say at the end, Mr. Scratch, it says Alan Wake's journey through the nightmare will continue, and then you hear Mr. Scratch laughing. So that implies that Mr. Scratch isn't dead. But then also, hold on, before I end this recording and we start Alan Wake 2, let me show you something. So despite the fact that he seemingly dies there, although of course this game is considered like non-canon supposedly or whatever. Hold on. Let me find the thing. Trying to find it. Despite the fact that Scratch supposedly dies there, you can find an image of Alan Wake in Control, an image taken by somebody of Alan Wake in the video game Control, and he looks like this. So Scratch probably isn't dead. He might have just lost control or some of his powers or something. But Alan is not okay in the real world quite yet. So yeah. Anyway, we're gonna find out. We used to have to wait 10 fucking years. Actually, even longer. When I read the implication, the ending combined with the AWE DLC is the only reason to running fantasy rather than actually escaping. Well, so the narrator said at the end there that it could be a vision of the future, right? So I think what happened is that Alan probably wrote, like, he tried to do an escape attempt and it didn't work, and it probably depowered Mr. Scratch a little. But what probably actually happened is that scene that plays on Alice's film reel probably is a thing that happens, but it's not. He doesn't actually escape as a result of what he wrote. It's like a future that could happen if he escapes. So like he's setting up basically the way I view it is that within the dark place, since you have to have like a consistently logical story, right? And you have to have like a thriller and stuff like that, right? Like it has to follow the rules of the laws of drama, like he said. The way I view it is that he's now primed, like he wrote an in-between, like American Nightmare is him writing an in-between book about how he's like priming for escape, you know? He set the stage, because when he was just writing a horror novel, horror novels don't have happy endings, right? But this time he wrote like an action thriller, which is closer to what he's good at with like the Alex Casey books, right? So he set up the groundwork. He set up the idea within within the dark place that he can escape. Now he just has to. Willing to give the guy from Control's own game? So true. All right. All right. Well, let's no faffing about. Let's get to Alan Wake 2.